right. What is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Curry. We're Brandman Brandon down there, Brian the Grizzly over here. And yeah, man. What is up, guys? How was your weekend? How was Father's Day weekend?
It actually was Brian weekend. So I had my birthday and Father's Day. I get 1 week in a year out of 52 weeks. And then everything else belongs to my wife, my kids, my family. This is my 1 weekend. And, you know, of course, they still didn't give it to me. They still made it about them. So it's okay. I still loved it, so I can't complain. So
yeah, that's good. Oh, you, Brandon, you do anything fun? Anything good?
Just kind of house sat. My parents were out of town, so I went out in the south suburbs, which was good. I think I kind of needed a break from the city, so might even do the same thing this coming week, and we'll see.
It's fun. Nice. Come on to the dark side. Come on to our side.
Come out to the burbs. There's parking and the food is probably just as good.
Good. Come be evil with us. Come join.
Dude, I always like growing up, I'm like, the best food is in the city. And then I moved out to burbs. Like the best torta I ever had is out in the burbs. The best ramen out in the burbs. The best sushi out in the burbs. Like there's Korean barbecue out in the burbs. Arlington Heights, speaking of like where the Bears. So yeah, like yeah.
All right. I still say best barbecue is still in the city, but it's all right. And best jerk is in the small like if it looks too good, that means the jerk chicken's not gonna be good. I need it to be like a hole in the wall. I'd be almost nervous to knock on the door 3 times, like, then they let me in. Then I know it's gonna be good jerk.
There's one jerk place over in kind of by Hyde Park, over by University of Chicago, so south side over there. That like they only call to deliver because no one wants to go there because it's like going down the bad way down Cottage Grove. So you're like I don't. So they literally have a truck and they come and they just sit out in front of the hospital and then everyone just comes. I'm like, that's the best way to do it. Like just bring the food there.
Oh, so let's look at all these comments. These guys.
Damn, now I'm hungry.
I'm hangry.
Angry. There you go.
Oh man. Hey, what's up, Perp? What's going on?
What's up?
And then Brandon, what up? Of course, Derpy being first.
Hey, Brandon.
He's better than everybody. What up, Drew? Yeah, I agree, Derpy. We need to get to 1,000. We almost there, man.
So close.
I could taste it. Can you taste it? Yeah.
I think we're 73 away. No. So
Spaghetti-o.
Well, right now, I just want to get to 950. Because if we get to 950, then we could
start getting some of the stuff out my house. How much stuff I got here for y'all? Come on, help us. But Perp, you're wrong. East Coast has the best food. Chicago has the best food. This is what we do. You know, okay, barbecue. I've had better barbecue in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
In Texas. Texas. Texas got some good ass barbecue.
Nashville is pretty good too, but
you know, but for overall, we wanted like a good steak for the type of restaurants we got. I mean, the best steaks are here. Best restaurants. I mean, are really right here in Chicago because we're a mesh of everybody. So we got East Coast places. We got a place from the West Coast. Everything comes here. So that's why I gotta give us props.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think outside of LA, Chicago has the second best like Hispanic food. LA's got like the best like Mexican food because they just got food trucks and everything like that. But like
Texas might have that, man. I don't know.
They got Tex-Mex. That ain't real fucking Mexican food. That's Tex-Mex. That's nasty. If you put Fritos in it, then it ain't real.
You know, I've always kind of had. Yeah, I've always had kind of like a love-hate relationship when it comes to Tex-Mex. It's certainly not bad, but
yeah, it's not bad. Yeah,
it's not authentic.
It's definitely not bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I think love-hate is almost kind of too strong a word. I've kind of like a mid-tier relationship with it. Certainly not bad. I just for Mexicans.
Check this out. Perp says a 24-hour stream until we do get to a 1K. I think that will work. I think we'll just be here for 24 hours.
I was thinking about something like that, but not like right now. We're a little too far away. I was thinking maybe somewhere after 950, maybe do like a cool 24-hour stream, just like playing video games or something like that.
After 4, I'm like,
The longest I've ever done was like a 12-hour stream. I did a half a day stream on my Twitch.
Oh my god!
Years ago.
I wouldn't have nothing else to talk about it.
Nice.
You play a video game and like you're kind of hanging out and stuff like that. You know, you can't just sit there and talk about movies. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We could watch a movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, Southside has the best food. Southside has the best like Southside food. So like, if you want barbecue chicken, you know, the best Harold's is on Southside.
I was just gonna say the best Harold's.
There's some really good pizza places. Like literally, you go to a hole, and I'm telling you, it's when you go to the place and there's nothing there, you don't know what it is. You knock on the door and they let you in. That means that place is gonna have a good. You're either gonna get shot or you gonna get some good food. You know, it's a gamble either way.
Yeah. If there's not a bulletproof glass, you don't want their food.
Exactly. He said Chicago got fake pizza. No, we give you guys the fake pizza, the deep dish stuff that everyone says Chicago style pizza. That's what we give y'all. We eat thin crust pizza.
I don't know about you, man.
Thank you.
Pequod's is still my favorite pizza.
Pequod's is overrated.
You are crazy, man. How you know it's overrated? No one knows about it.
I know it.
Because I told you didn't know about it, so I told you.
No, Fredo told me first.
Fredo
and told me right afterwards.
I told Fredo about it. So.
I was like, this is good. I mean, Geno's East is good, but this is fine.
Caramelized cheese crust. It's amazing. Brandon, you've been there, right?
Thin crust. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I really like
thin crust pizza is still the better pizza.
There's some good thin crust in Chicago.
Yeah.
Phil's
is still my favorite. Phil's Italian Fiesta is another good one.
Italian Fiesta. If it don't have that layer of grease on it,
yeah,
you don't know, it just ain't right.
Yeah. Like what are you even doing, right?
Exactly.
Brandon says, bro, that New York style pizza, it's all flimsy. Like they don't have a layer. That it drips. That's too much grease. I don't want it to drip on me. Mess on my clothes, mess on my J's, now be in trouble. Now I'm fighting.
Yeah, folding and rolling and shit.
Hey, Perp says, 12 hours not that bad. We could do it. We might be able to run. Hey, Perp, if we do that, you gotta be a special guest on it for at least 3 hours, bro.
if we do that, we would probably have to rotate between like the three of us for sure, and try to get some guests on to talk and stuff like that. You know, yeah.
Somehow I feel like I'll be on all 12 hours.
I know, right? No, just get out of here. No, but yeah, a long one is it's fun. There's definitely ups and downs. There's some downs where you're like dead. Like for me, I was just playing the game and I'm like, like half falling asleep. But it is fun, man. Those long streams are crazy.
So Chicago got Chicago style hot dogs. That's it. What you talking about? We don't even eat Chicago style hot dogs that much.
Not really.
Like, what are you talking about? We Polishes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah. I have a Chicago style rarely.
Probably at the baseball game. That's probably the only time I'll eat a Chicago style dog.
Yeah, that's definitely a touristy thing.
So we got the best gyros. Yeah.
We got some good ones.
We do got some good ones, man. You go to the right spot, man. I've been up north. I think I was in Skokie. I had one. It was so good, made me want to slap my mama. I mean, my mama's black, so I can't do that. But because she'll probably slap me back. But I'm just saying, I thought about it. Exactly. Hey, don't y'all eat your pizza with a fork out there? No one eat like it's a very rare occasion that you eat deep dish pizza like that. I'm telling you,
it is.
It's rare.
It is.
Yeah, but you got us. All right, you say it.
Yeah.
Fair, okay. Brandon says, 12-hour and a half guests. Have your viewers who make their own projects on there to discuss that. Hey, you will have a Brandon Davis corner, and we'll just sit there and listen to exactly how you guys did your stuff, and we'll play it and give everyone access to all that. That would be exactly that'll be a whole hour of it right there. Good. There you go. 1 hour gone. There we go. The two Brandons. Oh,
the two Brandons in their what was that? What we consider short film? Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to do that one day.
I like
that. That'd be perfect for like a long stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
do that.
Oh, so yeah. So,
yeah. I was. We'll talk about it later.
the fourth pizza is Giordano's, and I don't like that shit myself.
Gio's is good.
I like
But
it.
again, you don't have it all the time. Yeah, you don't
It's
have
one
it
of
all
those,
the
you
time.
have to be in the mood for it. Like that's what
I literally worked down the block from one, and I still get it maybe once every like 4 or 5 months, maybe. You know, like I can't remember the last time I got one. So,
But you eat pizza all the time. I'm telling
yeah.
you, that thin crust pizza, that's what you get.
Bocce's is really good. I will. Yeah, I love
Bocce's is good.
I go Italian Fiesta most of the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't mind beggars. I don't mind beggars. Beggars is good.
I love beggars.
The thick stuff, man. I'm getting hungry. Now you're making me hungry.
I know.
Yeah, and I can't do this during the week. I can't do this 6 days out of the week.
You better get to your cheat day. See, for me, every day is a cheat day. Don't worry.
I'm trying to stay away from the pizza, man. One, it just messes up my stomach, and then two, I'm trying to eat a little bit better. So, talk about pizza.
What up, L? We talking pizza? We always talking food. You don't hear with 2.5 fat, two and a half fat guys, because me and Tank equal another fat guy, half fat guy. Brandon don't count because he's so small. But
like 0% body fat.
I did my body fat percentage again today. I was like, man, 20%. I'm fat as hell.
I don't even want to know mine. I saw a joke where it's like, oh, when two women like compliment each other, like, oh, girl, you're not fat, you're sexy. And it's like when two guys are hanging out, it's like, am I fat? He goes, I know 5 fat people, and you're 4 of them. That's me looking in the mirror.
Bro, I know 5 fat people. You 4 of them. That's it.
Yeah.
That's so good. And we don't lie. Oh man, it's so bad.
No pizza over here for a little while, man. Well, yeah. So.
I figure, whatever. I work out enough. I might as well be able to treat myself. I probably won't eat pizza once a month, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in cheap pizza. If I'm going pizza, I'm going all the way in.
You get the good stuff.
Exactly. Oh, all right. That's enough food talk for a while. Okay, what's up, guys? As I said, so this weekend I actually hit all 3 movies. I saw The Blackening. I got my thoughts on that. I saw The Flash. I saw Elemental. It was interesting weekend. All those 3 movies that mix is a very interesting mix.
Yeah. Real quick, like no spoilery. How would you rank those 3? I know they're very, very different between all of them. But which one were you entertained the most and the least, and then the middle one?
The Flash still entertained the most. Elementals is up there, but the story. It's not a new story. Romeo versus and Juliet. That's just what it is. It's a very good kind of take on it, but my kids loved it. All the kids in there were like, oh, like totally enthralled by the movie. But you knew what was going on. The Blackening, I mean, it's cool. It's fun if you're in a crowd full of black people, because they're all saying stupid stuff the entire time. But it was not meant to be a movie. That was a Netflix movie that they released in the movie theater. It said this is Juneteenth. That's what that movie was. But I laughed a lot, but I was laughing at the absurdity of it. It was so stupid. I was like, "Oh my God, this is so stupid." But I enjoyed each one of them. I wasn't upset that I saw any of them.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't know, like Brandon Davis said, The Flash and Extraction 2. I saw Brandon, or this Brandon down here, say something about like some crazy one shot, like 20-minute one shot scene, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check it out.
That was insane.
I haven't finished it yet. I'm about halfway through.
I have not finished Extraction 2. Please do not.
Yeah, I'm only halfway through. But that scene is right in the beginning. That's like the first action scene. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is like nuts. It was insane.
I don't know what you're talking about. So I liked Extraction 1, and this one is definitely up. It's way better. The story makes, and I don't know if it makes sense, but it's just entertaining as all hell.
I think they put more money into it.
Yeah, it's just full on balls to the wall action, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it more than I meant to. Originally, I thought the first one was just going to be a one and done, but I'm happy it wasn't. and I'd watch more if they pull a John Wick and go beyond 3, I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah, make 5 of them.
And all will be Netflix. Come on, you gotta give me something in the movie theater. I think that would have been a cool movie theater scene to be, to watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's the way to start a movie, is just like catch you up and then boom, right into the action. Yeah. That was great. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe Wednesday we'll do a review on that one.
Wednesday. When do we go live
Thursday.
Because I was I was going through the thing when I was doing description. I was like, who put Wednesday here? This is Thursday. This is old.
Yeah.
The description.
I gotta go through a bunch of it.
Brandon said, I've been debating with people all day on Facebook about the blackening. It was just silly, and it was so over the top, but it was fine. It's definitely one of those movie theater movies. It's a movie theater movie. You have to go see it, and you need to be in a crowded movie theater.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna catch it later this week. We'll see.
It only made $5 million.
Yeah,
wow.
It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything crazy, or I thought it would perform. I thought it would have stronger legs. That surprised me as well.
The marketing on it was pretty
$7
weak.
million. $7 million. It did $7 million.
It also came out on a bad weekend.
Can you imagine doing $7 million during what this is Juneteenth weekend? You only still make only $7 million.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, but no, if
it's
Horky
up
is
against,
right, he's saying it's fair. It only had a $5 million budget. If it only had a $5 million budget, it made its money and it was worth it then.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. But I mean, that's on my to watch list.
The blackening is fine. Not laugh out funny to me, but fine. That's exactly it. That's what it is. It's not laugh out loud funny, but it was like, oh, that's stupid. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, okay. Oh, that trope's good. That's what you're saying. This summer was a really good summer of huge flops with Spider-Verse and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 being the only successful stories. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, because the next big blockbuster is supposed to be Indiana Jones, and that ain't gonna do it.
It doesn't seem to be gaining a whole lot of traction.
They should have just stopped.
They really should have. There didn't need to be a fourth. They sometimes it's best to just leave well enough alone. Sometimes. Especially at this point. This one seems even more pointless than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
She was like, remember this in-between story we almost heard? Let me give you the background on that.
Yeah.
Brandon says, I feel like I'm in a theater. I don't want to hear all that talking from the crowd. They tell you in the beginning to shut up. It was marginally okay. I didn't laugh. You probably chuckled, though. It was like, I did that a lot.
Yeah. Like that. But I don't mind people in the theater like being loud if everyone in the theater is loud. Like if that's the reaction you're supposed to get, then I'm cool with that.
Yeah, if everyone's getting into it, depending on the situation, that can be fun.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones had a $300 million budget.
I know it had a big one. There you go. Really go. Well, you gotta imagine they have to like deep fake in indies so much and stunt doubles and green screens and CGI.
You can just do the Flash and just say CGI. What's that?
Seriously.
CGI. We don't need that. Throw it out there.
We're gonna talk about that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we'll probably talk about that first. I don't want to. I never like jumping in right away. I just rather have some people come in. So a good like 15-20 minutes, which we're already past. But,
I was like, that's where we're at. That's why I brought it up.
Exactly. Oh, there we got Professor Smoke.
What's up?
Smoke.
Hey, Smoke.
What's up? Oh man. So, you want to get right into it?
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
I saw it. Remember, I saw it on Thursday.
You saw it Thursday, which
I seen this a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
If any does have CGI's Flash, it's a wrap. Yes.
I think it's a wrap either way. Even with big graphics.
I think it is too. But as I told Tank, I was telling him about this on Sunday. I said, the reason why the Flash did so bad to CGI because they looked at the money they already spent. They looked at Ezra Miller. They looked at the money they already spent, and they were like, let's just release it.
Yeah. Yeah. Why spend more money on it? And then Andy Muschietti was just like, oh, that's because the way the Barry Allen sees and Flash sees in flash speed, everything's blurry and distorted. I was like, good cover up, but no, I don't believe it.
No,
I don't believe it.
I mean,
everything is crappy CG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blaming it on like that's how he sees it. It was like, okay.
Yeah, sure. That's a good way. They come up that in post production, like, we can actually sit here and spend $100 million, or we can just come up with a good story. We all stick to it. Yeah, they're like story. Let's go.
Yeah. Done on purpose. Mm-hmm. What did I saw Zach Attack talk about it? It's a creative decision. I'm like, nah. It's a creative decision not to spend the money.
It was a group decision. We huddled in like, hey, dog, we ain't gonna be able to make this money back. So this dude's crazy. Well, let's just cut our losses now.
Yeah. Which
makes me sad because part of it was good. I mean, I love to get into it, but there's some characters in it that were amazing. If I wasn't married, oh boy, I'll go. That's all I'm saying.
Sasha.
Woo, man.
You said, man, that picture I sent you guys that you put that on Instagram, that shit went viral.
I bet.
Was like,
it went viral in my head.
Why are you so just damn? Yeah, like we're recreating it. It was just like yeah.
Is she like 15?
No,
she's 27.
She's
27.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way.
She's 27 years old.
She's Colombian. So.
I was like, I almost moved to Colombia. I'm ready. Let's go. We can figure this out.
I mean, in the movie, well, I know Supergirl is supposed to be younger than Superman, but
I thought she's older because she's here. She was here first.
She was here first, but she was stuck in that cryo whatever. So she never got to age the way Superman got to age. So she's technically the older cousin, but
Alexa.
I was like, are you trying to see Sasha?
Yeah.
That's what it's saying. All right, but
she is, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah, she's she hasn't been in much.
Yeah.
But this is like her biggest thing.
I knew she was 27. I already knew that. I figured it all out. I was like, how bad is this? Me thinking these thoughts.
I'm hoping DC is doing better to like put anybody who's not at least 21 next to Ezra Miller.
No grooming here. Okay, let's get into this movie.
All right, I'm gonna click some of these for Horror Geek. I see your comments.
I like what you said, but we gotta bring that up.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it up towards the end. Oh yeah, the spider. I got the spider reference.
Yeah,
and I fucking laughed so hard in my seat.
I was like, really? Of course, you know what? When you laugh and it's always Nicolas Cage, doesn't that make you feel?
There's a whole story. There's a whole story that Kevin Smith said and told about the giant spider with Nicolas Cage, and I saw it and I'm like, oh, I get why you guys said that was the best part. That's fucking hilarious because that's always something, because then I brought up that story about John Peters with the Super Wild Wild West.
Yep.
Fucking John Peters, crazy ass.
Yeah, John Peters and his spiders and his huge spider, his giant spider.
I mean, you got the metal spider. You got always got a giant spider around.
No, talk about like a dude that just fails upward. He was Barbara Streisand's hairdresser and became a Hollywood producer. How does that make sense?
Because Barbara takes care of her people, man.
Yeah.
Barbara takes care of her people. We might as well jump in because everyone wants to talk about this. So let's just get into this.
Yeah. Let's just start. Officially started. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about full spoilers, all that stuff of The Flash, the weekend new box office, blockbuster, whatever.
Blockbuster.
Yeah. So we'll get into that part a little later. But just let you guys know, this is full spoiler. So if you haven't seen the movie, pause it, come back, check us out, let us know what you think about it. But do we? Do a synopsis.
Yeah,
let's get it. So have Brian do that. But yeah, we're already kind of talking about it in our live chat. So while Brian does that, there's a quick shout out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for Spoiler Kings and join us live. We've already been hanging out for a little while with a bunch of people in chat. So make sure you check us out live every Monday and Thursday. You too could be part of the show and put your input live, and we can all talk and hang out and have some fun. And we're close to 1,000. So make sure you hit that subscribe button with that bell notification. And at 1,000, we're going to do a big giveaway. A couple big giveaways. Yeah. 3. Exact. So
I cannot wait to be able to give some of this stuff up. I mean, we've been thinking about this for a while. So
yeah. So we already announced our third place prize. So second place we're gonna announce at $950. So make sure we get there, and then 1,000 we're gonna have the big one. And I'm kind of jealous of the one at 1,000. I was like,
I don't have a good synopsis at all, so I'm just gonna read you this small one. That's all I got.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, it says Barry Allen uses his super speed to change the past, but in his attempt to save his family, he creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future.
I'll go with that.
Pretty much what it is, right?
Yeah, without a spoiler right off the bat, but so we usually start with our good stuff, then we get into our bad stuff, and then we'll get into our ratings, and then we'll talk about with chat and see what chat has to say about it and stuff like that. So right off the bat, Brian, we'll go with Brandon because I think Brandon's seen the latest.
Won't be that long. Yeah, it also won't be that long. He'll be like the good stuff.
I just got back from it a couple hours, like an hour and a half ago.
There you go.
Originally, I was kind of adamant about seeing it just because of, like Ezra Miller and all the crap that he pulled, but decided to separate the art from the artist and go see it for the good of the channel. But no, I did like how the Speed Force was represented in it, especially the scene of Barry traveling from Central City to Gotham. I thought that was pretty fun in the opening sequence. The way that it was shot, I really like the cinematography. Andy Muschietti can really he's good at shooting a movie. I love the way that the It movies were shot, despite the quality in those, and even with Ezra Miller's, off-screen antics, he did do a good job acting-wise. I liked the way that the movie was paced as well. I thought it was appropriately, fast-paced. And what else? Obviously, it was cool to see some of the cameos and that sort of thing, and for the final time we're gonna see, as we're nearing the end of this iteration of the DC universe, it wasn't bad. It definitely kept me entertained. It held my attention. So, even though originally I was gonna skip it, it definitely I have to give it credit where it's due. It definitely wasn't without its merits.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What you got, Brian?
All right. Goods. Michael Keaton. Oh my God, you're awesome. I was gonna say, I feel like we were taken away from having a great trilogy with you. I can't believe that we didn't get it, and I'm just you were awesome. You were so awesome from the beginning when he was just looking like a bum. Everything made so much sense. I love that continuation of that story. I just said Sasha Kyle. I mean, come on, man, she is. Woo. That was she was amazing. Her story was amazing. She looked amazing. I enjoyed seeing Ben Affleck again. I really did. I still think he could have been a badass Batman. He's made so much sense. Gal Gadot, I loved her. I loved all those little cameos. The movie overall, I feel like was written very well. It was not Flashpoint. It was just written well. I think writing, I'll give it an A. As far as acting, I give it a B plus. Good acting. Ezra Miller did a great job. He really did. You know, I don't know what else to say about him, but dude, that CGI was crappy. So I know we ain't going with the bad, but it was so bad. But and then there's story. They came out with a story saying that CGI is bad, but this is all part of our plan. And another good is they didn't waste money on it. Figuring out a plan to make it all work out. It was a good movie. I don't know who the hell thought this is the best comic book movie. Mm-hmm. I was like, it wasn't the best comic book movie this month, let alone of all time. But it was good. It was fine.
Yeah.
Right, so what you got, Tank?
Yeah, it was fun. I think I had a fun time with it. I thought the jokes were not bad. You know, there wasn't a lot of them. I feel like they didn't do a like Love and Thunder thing where like every other like scene was like a joke. It was, you know, like. Yeah. But it was good. You know, there's sometimes I kind of like chuckled. You know, my girlfriend kind of like chuckled too. It was like, okay, like that was cute, funny. So that was good. But definitely, I don't want to repeat what Brian said, but Michael Keaton, just from beginning to end, you know, like with the long hair and beard, and when Barry Allen, is that from the movie? Oh, nice, yep. That's awesome. And when Barry Allen asked him like, "Oh, are you gonna help save the world?" He goes, "I'll pass." I was like, "That's all." He's just like over it. He was like, "F it, who gives a shit? I'm done. So I love that version of him. And then Sasha Kaye, was it Kaye? I think you pronounce her.
I don't know, but I think that's
Kaye. Sasha was. She was great. Just even like I would say like that. Those graphics were good because she was.
Exactly, it's like they finished hers.
Thing. Yeah, she was in this Russian ball thing, you know, no sunlight, and she was all like just sunken in and like malnourished and all messed up. And then as soon as she got the sunlight, you just saw it fill up, and she was just a badass in that scene. Like I loved her. Like when she found out what happened with Superman, she loses it, you know, and just beats the shit out of Zod, you know, and I think just gets like he gets the upper hand like. At the end, but like that's a whole nother thing with that. But yeah, I thought she was a badass, man. She was whooping Zod's ass for 90% of the fight, you know. So super cool. But I gotta give it to Ezra Miller. They played it really, really well. Like especially like Ezra talking to younger Ezra. I thought that was really interesting. Even like Ezra really pulled it off where they were able to show how. Like emotional, you know, because everything that happens with the mom, and then getting upset with the immaturity of the younger Barry Allen, and they were able to get like
stuffed animal and throwing the darts at it, and like oh my god,
like how he was so upset at that Barry, and then that Barry was just a goofball. So yeah, like Ezra Miller. Surprisingly, like was pretty good, man. I was like, oh, why do you gotta have all these issues outside of the job? Because he was good.
Yeah,
like, Ezra Miller really good. Yeah. So
it's like older Ezra Miller knew how to groom the younger Ezra Miller for becoming. I shouldn't have said that. No. Oh, my bad.
I mean, there was scenes like that were like shot just for him. I feel like, you know, like there's the scene, the baby shower, which, you know, was funny. It was funny and bad at the same time, if that makes sense. Especially if you saw it, you kind of know. But at the end, he's like, "Oh, you know, you seem like you have emotional damage. Please seek a therapist." You know, the Justice League are not really good at that. I was like, "Are you talking to a mirror?"
That was Ezra breaking the fourth wall.
Oh man!
Like it cuts away and it's just a mirror, like the reflection. It's not even the nurse. But yeah, man, I thought the acting was pretty good. The CGI is a whole nother case. But it made sense too. You know, the whole thing made sense, which is something hard to do when you do a multiverse thing, and it made sense. So I appreciated that part at least. You know, it made more sense than like Doctor Strange. I thought the Doctor Strange multiverse thing seemed a little convoluted.
They didn't do enough with it.
Yeah.
They should have went further. That's what it is. You know, it was. I blame COVID all the way because they should have went all the way in and they just didn't.
Yeah. So here, before we get into the bad, let's see if we got some of these other good ones real quick. So if you leave a comment, we'll get to it. We'll just kind of show them when it's the appropriate time, stuff like that. But yeah, cinema score, gave it a B plus or B, sorry, which is not bad.
I'll give it a B.
Yeah, and then Xavier here said good. Michael Keaton, Sasha Kaye, bad. We'll get into the bad, but yeah, with that one, so I'll keep that one.
Maribel Verdú.
Oh, you know what?
Maribel Verdú was awesome too. We gotta give. Which one? Isn't that the mom?
Oh yeah.
That mom, the mom. Oh man, I was like,
she
was wiping his tears away. I was like,
yeah.
Just put the tomatoes back in the basket, man.
That definitely got me.
Yeah, that was good. But MJ said Jeffrey D. Morgan as Thomas Wayne is a missed opportunity. Yes, agreed. I wish they went full Flashpoint with it, and they had Thomas Wayne be Batman. That would have been awesome. I mean, I love Keaton coming back as Bruce Wayne and stuff like that, but Jeffrey D. Morgan, that would have been just super, super cool.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do multiverse kind of stuff, you kind of need to go all in.
Yeah, exactly. And Xavier said Barry's mom nailed the emotional scenes. Love that actress. She did really, really well. Horgig said a B. Cinema score is horrific for a blockbuster.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I really don't mess with cinema score too much. But I mean, it would make sense if it's a blockbuster. Like it's supposed to be like the summer blockbuster. Like this was supposed to be the biggest movie of the summer, and it's only a B. So, but
that's because once again, a movie came out 2 weeks ago that's better than this movie.
Yeah,
it's just what it is. I mean, that's why I want everyone to understand that movie. You understand how good Across the Spider-Verse really was by watching these movies that just didn't hit. Had a chance, it just didn't hit.
Yeah, and then one last one before we get into the bads, because it leads into a good into a bad. Ezra actually did quite well playing as Barry Duo. Give credit to where credit is due. Still can't run though, and so
what they did is they went to like they're ice skating.
The ice skating.
Why can't you just run?
Like there was parts where he was running more like with his hands up and down rather than the weird thing. And that's why again, why is he
wasn't doing this, but he was doing like ice skating stuff like
but when he was in the Time Force, and he was still going more up and down, more like realistic running kind of thing. But even when they were running together with the two Barrys, like it seemed like they were running normal. So it's like it would flip back and forth between the running styles. And I was like, because obviously I looked at it because those.
I still thought the two Barrys were still doing that.
He was doing it in the beginning, but I felt like there's times where I'm like the hands here instead of like here. So I'm like, okay, are they changing it? I don't know. Like maybe he has to go faster so he runs normal to break the speed force. I don't know how they want to do something like that. But the running is always an issue with this one. Just oh my god, I don't get it. But we'll start off Brandman with your bads. What you got?
The third act of it kind of felt a little flimsy at times to me. Up until they got to kind of Barry resetting the timeline and visiting his mother, that worked. But before that, there were kind of parts where it kind of felt a little flimsy for me. I think that Iris West almost didn't even need to be there.
Yeah.
You could have completely cut her from the movie and it really wouldn't have made any difference. And early on when they had first cast Kiersey Clemons to be Iris West, they were kind of bigging her up like she was going to play like a big part in this DC universe and in the Flash, and then that all just kind of fell apart. I think that as great as it was to see Michael Keaton, most of his screen time was just kind of winking at the audience, which kind of got a little tedious at times.
I didn't even think about that.
And they didn't do enough with the time travel element, like you said, we could have had Thomas Wayne, we could have had, other versions of Cyborg or Aquaman or Superman. There was more they could have done, and even the the CG is really low hanging fruit. And make no mistake, it was bad. A lot of it was bad, even especially the CGI babies and the CGI Henry Cavill was pretty bad. The cameos, I can see why people would say that George Reeves' cameo was kind of in bad taste.
I didn't even know that the old school Superman.
Oh, the one who it was.
Yeah,
the R word and stuff.
I could see how that could be kind of perceived as bad taste. They could have subbed him out for, Brandon Routh or Tyler Hoechlin or.
You could just stuck with the oldest one being Christopher Reeve.
Yeah. That would have just kind of knowing the whole backstory with George Reeves. That I could see why a lot of people would think that wasn't cool, but. I'd say those were kind of my where those were where things kind of fell flat for me.
Mm-hmm. All right, what you got, Brian?
The bad that people think this is Flashpoint, because I said that my favorite. I've said it so many times. Flashpoint is my favorite comic book run. This is not Flashpoint.
Mm-hmm.
No part of it is Flashpoint. It didn't flush out any of that stuff. So no. It's not Flashpoint. So if everyone understands that, take for what it is. That's one thing. If you call it Flashpoint, I'm gonna disagree with you from the get go. It's not.
All right, they take elements of it, but it's not the same story.
It's like calling what's the Thor Ragnarok?
Mm-hmm.
It's like calling it World War Hulk because it was on the world. It's not World War Hulk. It's just it's not even really Ragnarok. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's taking elements from something and then going from there. So I wasn't very happy about that. CGI is one thing, but it wasn't just in the Flash in Speed Force. It was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looked stupid, like just dumb. And when you spend that much money and you push something back, 7, 8, 9 months, bro, you gotta have that. You have to hit. It doesn't make sense.
They moved around the release date a couple times.
But when you keep on doing it, I felt like that was just a missed opportunity. I didn't mind Zod being the bad guy. I didn't mind what they were doing with that. I thought the writing was fine, but the outside forces kind of made everything else kind of worse. I wish I would have got a little bit more. I wish I got more Keaton. I wish I would have got more. The car. I want to see his car. I want to see all those cool things, and I don't think I got really fleshed out very much with that. The story with Supergirl, she kind of could have been. It could have been a little bit better. I thought that she was awesome, but they could have focused on her a little bit more. And it seemed to me like the movie was like there was a 20 to 20 minute in the middle of the movie that was cut out. They said, "Oh, this movie is 2 hours or 25 minutes long. We got to cut this out." Or it was almost 3 hours long. They said, "We're gonna cut this whole middle part out," and it just seemed like it was missing. Like it just went from one thing, and that third act it just jumped to it instead of kind of going through the natural cycle like it should have been. They're like, "Oh, it's not that important, so we'll just cut this out." And I felt like it was a big hole missing. But besides that, I mean, emotionally, I was invested. Ezra Miller is very annoying to me, but he did a good job being annoying and being a regular human being. He did a good job being himself. You're right. Iris West, I was like, dude, that's why. What's the point? But I also think it's hard doing a movie like this when you had a TV show for 10 years that did better in so many different ways, and there's no way that you're going to top a TV show that had 10 years to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I do realize that there's only so much they could have done. But I still say overall, I just didn't like some parts. That's what it is.
Yeah.
What you got, Tank?
The CGI was the first one that really like popped out, and that was early on because like the baby shower scene was really, it was funny, it was goofy, but it just looked so bad.
Yeah,
like it looked so bad, and then also when the scene was over, I was like, this is not the greatest comic book movie ever.
So why is the baby in the microwave?
No, it was too silly, a little too goofy, and I feel like I don't know. Maybe I think they went a little too far with the microwave thing. I think.
Yeah.
But it didn't ruin it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like nitpicking at this point. But that's where it was like a step too far into the comedy thing. But whatever. And then like the whole thing, like it dinged, so I was like, did he put a baby in a microwave?
The microwave that's still on,
still going? Like it still had juice in it. I don't know, because it seemed like it was cooking like a burrito or something, because he pulled it out and ate it. So it was like, so it was still like nuking. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but like I said, that was the first one where I'm like, oh, this looks not good, and then. And then it really like confirmed it at the end, because some of those the cameos were cool. I thought they were fun, but they also didn't look good. They looked unfinished. They looked unfinished. But usually the cameos were pretty good. They just looked weird. Like Henry Cavill looked really weird when he was like punching. When they like zoomed in on him, I was like, ugh, like damn, like
a good job.
yeah. It was yeah. But even like for me, like when you said like Zod was the bad guy, I was like, he really wasn't the bad guy though. Like, because he was just a player in the story where the bad guy was the Dark Flash, I think what they were calling him or whatever they wanted to name him, which was I guess it's a big spoiler if you haven't seen it, but that Dark Flash is the younger version of Barry Allen. That Alexa's like, no. That Barry Allen, the young version, that kind of became him by reliving the same moment over and over and over again. So but it was like, was he the bad guy? There was no, and I heard it from a bunch of other people too, and I really agree. It was like, there's no big final boss fight. You know what I mean? There's the fight on Earth and stuff. Yeah. But it was just no boss fight. Because the whole Zod fight, it was Supergirl, was awesome, but it didn't really mean anything.
It didn't matter.
So like Zod being there was just like retelling the same story that we saw in Man of Steel, just different because you're in a different universe. I get that, but there's no boss fight. And I'm like, an action comic book movie deserves an action ending. And
but it's the Flash. What you gonna put? You gonna put Darkseid? Darkseid is going to catch him and then kill him. Like
you could have. There should have been a big fight. Like he's got all those stupid powers, the arm tornadoes or I don't know, fucking super kicks. I mean, you make shit up at this point. Like he can, skate speed on his back. I don't know, something stupid. I mean, it just felt like there should have been a big fight between those two, and it really wasn't. It was just like oh, and it's happening and we're done. It was like, what? Like that's how it all gets resolved, because I like the ending, but the ending, the third act, the beginning of the third act with all the action was great. That middle part where they figure out what has to happen was kind of boring. I was like, okay. And then the ending where he fixes the F up was entertaining. But that section where they're all in the time force and figuring out what needs to happen, I'm like, okay, like what are we doing? What? Like I was just like, that's when I lost my investment in everything, because it just was kind of like it was a build up that just kind of fell flat a little bit, and then it started to pick it up again with the emotional kind of stuff with it, but. That's about it for the most part I can think of. His suit. I was like, he's wearing a physical suit. Why are you making it CGI-ish on top of his physical suit? Like, just give him an actual suit like he's already wearing, because we've seen the pictures of it already. Don't add CGI effects to it. Like, didn't we learn anything from Green Lantern? Like, that shit does not look good. Like, and they tried doing that. Like, why every time he uses powers it lights up? Why? How? Like, it just no. Like, so that I don't know. I didn't quite like.
It's the lightning. Come on, duh.
Yeah, right. The little like go like this. I was like, what?
So,
What?
it was a little stupid to say. What we're gonna do is we're gonna strike lightning. We're gonna throw a lot of chemicals on you, and we'll see what happens.
I mean, that's how it is in the comic and in the animated movie.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why he lost the power in the first place.
That I mean, they kind of because the lightning bolt went through that Barry to the younger Barry, so I just assume like
There's a transfer of lightning
transferred
power
over.
to
I don't know. They really don't get into it. And then also the big ending of the mom. For me, that was like, because even when we walked out, Erica asked me the question. She goes, well, who killed the mom? I'm like, well,
They should have said that. Exactly.
it's reverse flash. But you can't do that.
If they introduce reverse flash, just even just a little part, if they introduce reverse flash, they know that they're going to have to invest. It's time investment. That's money investment back into Ezra Miller. And I think I'm glad about this. I think DC said we're not investing any more money into him.
Yeah. And just cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe they had a part where they did tease, like say at the end of Batman Begins where he gets a Joker card. They could have done something like that.
They could have left a note.
Yeah.
Sorry for the mom thing, Barry. Sign reverse flash.
Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah. But because even my girlfriend's like, who did it? I'm like, oh, well, it's reverse flash. And I think Andy Muschietti, the director, came out and said, like, he's like, oh, it was him, but
he wasn't on screen.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. But
there should have been more payoff then.
Yeah. Then you had to talk about another character, and then you got to more investment, like you said. Nick Cage looked weird. All the cameos looked weird. I think all they did.
Yeah, how many people have wanted to see Nick Cage as Superman? I mean, I like the idea of it. As I said, the writing of it is ingenious. The actual execution, they didn't they didn't finish the movie. That's just what it is. We saw an unfinished movie
Of the Nick Cage Superman.
The whole ending of him. They didn't finish any of the CGI at the end.
Yeah.
They just left it. It looks stupid. Let's just make it all look stupid.
Yeah.
PS1 style cutscene.
Yeah, so that's what somebody says. Like, oh, it's PS2 graphics. All right, before we get into our ratings, let me get up some of these bad things like that. Sorry, I'm kind of going through them real quick. Like Xavier said, bad, terrible CGI, and Iris West. Yeah. Somebody said Iris West is like supposed to be the actual media. So, because every time Ezra Miller talked to her, it was like, I have no comment at this time. Like, it was like, oh, real life. Still can't run though. I think we talked about that one. Yeah. And Anthony Price, what's up, Anthony? What's wrong with DC movies? Why are they so bad?
You want to know why they got low money? You want to know why they got low money? I don't know if I want to open up that can, but it starts with a sn and ends with a der.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about maybe a whole nother conversation. Brandon Davis said, Ezra Miller. Ezra, I don't know what the hell. Ezra Miller was decent in this, but I hated all the bickering back and forth between the two and the roommates. That was so annoying. The roommates were stupid.
They were stupid.
Yeah, the roommates were kind of annoying.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. Brandon Davis said, I feel like the end was just a ripoff of the fight scene Doctor Strange with Dormammu. Kind of.
It was the same exact thing.
Kind of. Where they kind of came to an understanding. Yeah, there you go. It's barely Flashpoint. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it Flashpoint. It just took some. Flashpoint. Yeah, it took beats from it. That's about it. He goes, I knew when they first mentioned Eric Stoltz being Marty McFly, what was up? Wasn't that supposed to be played by Marty McFly originally? I think so.
He was. Yes.
Yeah, he had the part. He was cast in the part.
He was cast as he was it. Yeah. It was done.
Yeah.
After shooting, Robert Zemeckis realized he didn't quite bring what he was looking for to the role, and then they brought in the secondary choice, which is Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Big time. Randy said, it wasn't bad though. I did enjoy it and watch it again after I fast forward past all that arguing amongst itself.
It wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't deserve all the hate. But I'm glad it's not making the money it is. I'm telling you guys, if it made $2 billion, we'll be talking about how much money how much of Ezra of the WB does Ezra own now. Like they would have just been writing him a blank check. Like the director already said, we're not doing Flash without Ezra Miller. Like I'm just telling you what would have happened.
Yeah.
So as much as I think it deserved more money, I'm glad it's not making any more money.
Yeah.
Wait. Brandon just said he was fast forwarding it. Brandon, did you just admit to illegally downloading this movie?
Never, not here.
In his mind.
He's just saying if he watches it again at home.
In his mind. You know? Brandon is also part Flash, and he can do those type of things. That's all.
Calling him out like that. I like the Back to the Future running joke. I can't imagine a world where Eric Schultz had to be Marty Fly. It would be very weird. I just like see. I enjoyed that part where like he's the tattoo and he's like the tattoo's upside down and he like lifts his leg up. I was like, it's so stupid, but it was funny. But like also, I could do without it. But it was there. I did laugh. Yeah, and that's even with the studio filming a lot of scenes with Eric. Yeah, it's exactly what Brandon said. The crowd gasped with Nick Cage. So really quick,
hear that for years. I mean, everyone wanted to see it. Was it 1999?
No,
98. Somewhere around.
I thought it was like 1999. I thought it was 1999.
It was whenever Chasing Amy was going to come out, like a little bit after that. So
I don't know that.
No, okay.
Chasing Amy, no.
What?
That was not the one that get me to understand where it was.
because the whole thing with that movie is, I'm not going to say the whole story, but go look up. Kevin Smith talks about Superman Lives, and he was kind of brought on to write a script for that movie that was going to be with Nick Cage. He didn't know it was Nick Cage at the time, and John Peters, the producer, like gave him a bunch of things. He goes, he can't fly. He goes, I don't want him to fly, which is stupid. He goes, I don't want him in the suit, which is also stupid. And he said he needs to fight a giant spider. And also John Peters was going to produce a version of Sandman, which is very popular on Netflix now, back in the day. And Neil Gaiman was like, this is some of the stupidest, worst writing ever. And he saw like John Peters was part of it. And in that script was a giant spider, So just saying, this guy has a thing with giant spiders. Why Nick Cage Superman was fighting a giant spider, I laughed because I remember seeing Kevin Smith talk about that. I
think that was another thing that would have hit hard. If they would have went fully into it, it would have been a great.
What is that? I saw Kevin Smith. Yeah. I mean, it was cool. Kevin Smith came and said he watched Wild Wild West. And what was in Wild Wild West? Exactly. Another giant spider. I mean, John Peters. John Peters, if you ever seen Licorice Pizza, which I don't recommend seeing because I didn't like the movie. I thought it was really, really bad. But Bradley Cooper plays John Peters, and he's probably the best part of that movie because he is freaking psycho in that movie. It's a little tidbit of it all, but it's kind of connected to the giant spider. But
so Kevin Smith was contracted in 1996 to write the script. The movie would have came out in 1999.
Yeah.
So 99.
Yeah. But then I think John Peters got kicked off of it, and what's his name? Night Before Christmas.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton came in, and he's like, "Yeah, no, we're gonna go a whole different direction." So Kevin Smith almost gave us a Superman, a very, very bad Superman. I want to know. I gotta look up his reaction when he saw the giant spider. I wonder if he like legit laughed.
I can hear him. Ha!
Yeah, just laugh. All right, but let's move on to our ratings. Bring it up here. So over here at the Spoiler Kings, we do things a little simple, not too crazy. We do things, we grade it a now, later, never. Now means you gotta go check it out right now. It's worth it before it gets spoiled. Later means you can wait till it's on streaming. And never means just skip it. It's not worth watching. I don't know. It seems like a lot of pressure. Who wants to go first, Brandon or Brian?
Oh, Brandon, he don't care.
Brandon, yeah. All right, go for it, man.
Really, and I don't say this as a knock because the movie was entertaining enough in hindsight, but I'd give it a later. You know, none of this is going anywhere at this point. You know, this is pretty much the end of the DC universe after Aquaman, which I'm pretty sure is going to suffer the same fate financially as this and, you know, Shazam and Black Adam. It's an entertaining time, but it's just nothing you need to rush out to. And going by the box office so far, I don't think a lot of people have anyway. So, you know, it's fine. It's a fun time, but it's nothing you need to rush out to. You know, might kind of have nightmares about the CG anyway. So,
that's funny.
So, but yeah, I'd give it a later. It did what it set out to do. I had an entertaining time. It definitely held my attention, but there's other things you can see this summer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what you got, Brian?
See, I blame James Gunn for making it not matter. So the whole movie didn't matter because first he put the tomatoes in the cart, and he took the tomatoes out of the cart. So really, nothing happened. Well, I guess except George Clooney became Batman, and the Flash was no longer in our regular universe, which was great because now they got rid of the Flash without having to say anything because he's just he's in another part of the multiverse. But I'm still James Gunn and Peter Safran, mostly James Gunn because he talks too much. I still say he ruined this movie before he even had a chance to do anything. The movie itself was fine. It was a good movie. I later always feel like it should be like it's a streaming service movie. This is not a streaming service movie. All right, it's a good overall movie. You know, but is it a now? Like, is it on the level of now? Like, Across the Spider-Verse was a now. Like, you should have saw it 5 times by now. I'm disappointed if you haven't. Like, you know, that's a now. This is like now-ish. Like now later, like, you know, like you could if you ain't got nothing else to do. This is probably the movie to go see. You know, so I'm a low now. Just, you know, like it's worth watching. It's very entertaining. It does not matter at all. It doesn't matter in DCU. Doesn't matter in the movie. But so it's like, what do you need? You don't have to jump out and go see it right now, but you do need to see the movie overall because it's a decent movie. It's probably one of the better movies we've seen this summer. It's probably a top 5 movie for the summer. Just that number 1.
You see that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like I was thinking about this for so long. Like, is it a now or is it a later? Because now it's like you said. If you don't see it this weekend, you probably get a couple more weekends to go see it. With maybe a less of a crowd. So you don't have to see it like this past weekend, you know, I mean, whatever. You can probably see it this weekend, upcoming weekend, and the weekend after that. But I mean, even with a later, I think if you want to wait till it's on streaming, I'm okay with that too. Maybe the graphics won't look as bad on a regular TV. You know what I mean?
It will.
Yeah, get it out 4K. It just like you said, the whole movie didn't matter. Just the movie itself. It's not like whether it matters or not to the overall bigger picture of what the DC is. That could have changed because of James Gunn and stuff like that, which it probably did. But yeah, I'm gonna give it like a now, but you can not a right now.
Yeah. Not right now, but now sometime in the month. Go ahead.
I think on seeing it on the big screen will be fun enough, but yeah. I don't know. Will any of you guys watch this again? whether it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray, or whatever, or at
I seen
theater.
part of it. I already saw part of it again, and it was still entertaining. It just wasn't great, and just what it is.
It wasn't the best superhero movie ever made, like they were touting it as.
I said it's not even the best this month.
Yeah. I guess. I guess I'll probably end up watching it again when it comes on Max or something like that. Kind of doing chores around the house, pulling some laundry or something like that. It's definitely not a bad movie, and like I said, it definitely held my attention. I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
But just nothing I'd rush to see. It's definitely one of the better DC EU efforts, for sure.
That's not. You didn't say nothing right there.
No, I really didn't.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder pretty much dive-bombed it before it even really began. But
there wasn't crap underneath my shoe, but it was all right.
Yeah, it was, there's fun to be had with it.
Yeah. One last bad thing for me, and then if you guys want to do anything else before we sign off for this, so if you're watching live, we are going to talk about the box office and get into some more comments and stuff like that in a second. But just for the review part, we're going to start finishing up right here. One bad thing I forgot to mention was the post-credit scene. That was the dumbest, pointless post-credit scene I have ever seen, and I am mad.
That was pretty dumb.
Mad.
Ash was like, "Did we just sit there and watch this again? Did they trick us again?" So, yeah, they tricked us again.
That was mad. There was no reason I had to wait for all the credits to be shown. That should have been right after the short animated credits, right in the beginning, right after that. You did not need to put that all the way at the end. I was mad.
What did it matter? I didn't understand. What did it matter?
None of it mattered. Because now I'm like, is Momoa still Aquaman? Are they in a different universe still?
No one knows if he's Aquaman or is he Lobo or is he what? What is he?
I don't know.
But the problem with what Aquaman is, it's going to come out in a time where there's not going to be anything else to watch.
Oh yeah.
And Jason Momoa does not. People go to just see him.
Yeah,
and he's so entertaining that that movie might be the number one, might be the number 2 grossing movie of all time in the DCU because he's already number 1.
Just because who he is.
That's because who he is.
Yeah. Well, Brandon Davis said I will watch it again when it hits Max, but it's one more time and that's it. Yeah, I'm there. And then he said, "What's the post-credit scene? I missed it." Just a quick rundown of it. Barry Allen and Aquaman are in a bar drinking. Aquaman gets drunk. Barry Allen doesn't, or he can't because he has, high metabolism. And they're just walking out the bar, and he's just telling him, he goes, "Oh, I met Superman, and he's different. Or no, I met Batman, and he's a different Batman in every. But me and you were always the same." And that's the only thing I'm thinking is like, So, but I'm like,
they're telling us that they're trying to keep Ezra, and then,
but also, it's not because you met Grant. You met another Flash that's not you. So right off the bat, that's not true. So I don't know, man. And then Aquaman falls in a puddle and he's like, "Oh, I live here now." And then that was pretty much it. And then they made few jokes about Atlantis and I was like, "Get out of here." Yeah. And I walked out kind of like when the movie was over, I'm like, "Okay." And then that happened and then I walked out mad. I'm like, like you ruined the movie. You ruined my attitude walking out with that stupid post-credit scene. So it was not good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Loki Cave, what's up? But he said perfect. Loki? Peacemaker ending with the Justice League was way better. That was way better.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You're not even saying anything. Yes, it was better. Like it was that was stupid.
The sky is blue.
Exactly. Like yes, it is. You're right.
What's good? What's up, Loki? Appreciate you stopping by. Go check out Loki, man. I know he's doing a lot of hip hop and rap albums and music stuff lately. So go check him out for sure. And then Brandon said, "I love the Clooney cameo. Wish they have stuck Val in there." That would have been cool too.
I heard that she was going to be there, but yeah, they just did.
Yeah. And that's another thing that upset me is like you just learned a lesson that you can't change things, that things have to happen. And then as you're letting your mom die again, you're like, well, I'm gonna still change this thing because you already know your dad didn't look up, but then you changed it. So I was like, it defeats the purpose of the lesson you just learned 2 minutes ago. You just learned
obviously
you can't change anything.
Doesn't learn anything. That's what he has. So, that's what it
Lessons do not. They don't stick with them.
So you know what's going on. I wish we had that video.
Yeah.
We have a learning disability here. We have a learning disability. That's what he is. That's just the guy that didn't understand the whole point of his own movie.
We got a learning disability here.
Yeah, he didn't understand the whole time, and then did the same thing.
I think he did the same thing. This one's better.
I have just created something totally illogical.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I thought, I'm like, you just learned a lesson not to fuck with it, and you just fucked with it again. What are you doing? And then how? And then how? Because he put the can up. Therefore, the whole store was like, well, I got to move the entire shelf up. It was like, I don't get it. Like what?
Well, he moved all the cans up. So he was looking for
the
one crushed tomato. He was like that.
And then what, they're going to keep it for like 20 years or however long was it? 10 years?
Batman was able to go get it. Come on, man. He's Batman.
Yeah, right. I don't know. That is
Batman should have had better CGI. He could have made his dad look up without having to do any of this stuff.
Yeah, right. Like zoom in, enhance, and 3D models. Totally wasted the post-credit scene. I'm pissed off as well. Yeah, super mad. I was thinking the final Batman. Hey, what's up, JR? From the Cult Lords. Make sure you go check out Cult Lords as well. JR's over there, friend of the show. I was thinking the final Batman cameo was going to be Bale, but Clooney was funny too.
I like the whole Clooney because they just told you that this universe is much worse. It is the worst of all. It's the worst universe it could be. Just like when you see Clooney as Batman, you know it's the worst movie ever. Like this is it.
Brave and the Bold, they use Clooney. Like, oh. Thank you.
This is the same director.
It is.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Not to nitpick, but he told himself before he had powers that you don't want to be a superhero. Yeah, but then he forced him to get powers. Yeah, the facts. So the whole thing was just bad. Just think if Christopher Nolan would have took over the DC like WB wanted, man, not saying it would have been perfect, but the storytelling would have been crazy. Chris don't like CGI. That's true. He does not. He wants all practical.
Everything practical. Yeah.
But
miniatures
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah, for the exploding thingy that
It was. I mean, come on. I mean, what's the best DC movie ever? Still, it's Dark Knight.
Christopher Nolan movie, yeah.
It's Dark Knight. That's just what it is. I mean,
yeah. But anything else before we finish the review and move on to something else?
I don't think you guys have to worry about Ezra Miller coming back into the DCU. I think you guys survived. I think though we're gonna talk about the box office. No matter what it does, it won't make it past $700 million. It made it.
Yeah. Anything else, Brandon?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, same.
I saw Brandon doing backflips when he realized Ezra wasn't going to be doing no more. It was like, yes, he's out.
Super happy he's over there popping. It was like confetti poppers out the window.
I was like, man, you too old to be doing that. He's like, nope, backflip. Like, all right.
And a couple last ones. JR, I don't understand why Barry wouldn't at least go see who the killer of his mother was. Yes.
He was there 3 times and never decided to go see what was going on.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
I guess they kind of explained it, right? Because
like
you can't mess with them. You can't know that you're there, or something stupid that
he spent the entire movie with himself.
That's true. And then he had a long scene with his mother. With a hug and everything. So yeah. That theory that Bruce Wayne had went out the window at the end. They're like, fuck it, let's just fix it. Whatever, duct tape everywhere. Nope, it's over for Ezra. Yeah. But cool. You say, Brian, you were saying the scene was getting close to a bill. If it did well, I was saying.
My point was,
if it did well,
if it made $1 billion, Ezra will still be there. And I say follow the money, no matter what. Follow the money. Don't care what people say. Oh, I got these morals. No, dollar. dollar.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Yeah. So that's going to lead into our next topic, which is talking about the box office and the dollars that this movie made. So if you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about the box office and the future for Ezra Miller and the Flash and stuff like that. So make sure you stick around. But if you watched this video, if you clicked on it, appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000, so you don't want to miss the big giveaway. And if you too want to be part of the show, hit that bell notification, and you know when we go live every Monday and Thursday, and you can be a part of our show with your opinions, and we chit chat with you guys live, like all of the great guys that were just joined us. So make sure you hit that subscribe and bell notification. But we are out for this one. Stick around if you're watching live, but appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next review.
Thanks,
Like-
guys.
All right, so we'll just jump right into the box office since we're already talking about dollars and stuff with this one. Yeah, and Ezra. Ugh. But yeah, it's not going to make $1 billion right now. It's projected to make about the same of Black Adam, which is where's that bonkers one, because that is complete.
I saw that, but
madness.
it's not. It's going to make much
Yeah.
more than Black Adam.
And
That
Black
was just.
Adam
It's
had
gonna,
no legs. It was one weekend and done.
Yeah, it's going to make way more than Black Adam. I mean, we're going to be talking about next
I don't know
week.
about way
It's-
more.
Oh, I think it's going to be a next week, and we're going to be talking about it making $292 million at the next weekend. And because worldwide, people don't care about all this stuff that Ezra Miller's doing. You know, worldwide, it's a superhero movie. That's going to make money. You know, so like I could see this even doing something like Fast X. Like we're talking about like $140 million domestically, but overseas it does $400 million. So to come out with a $550 million, you know, something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So as of right now, that's including Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which Friday counts for I think Thursday as well. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday on Box Office Mojo. Obviously today's numbers are not finalized, but it's at 64 million domestic, 74 and a half international. That's according to Box Office Mojo. Yeah. So it's in a lot of theaters. It's in 4,200 theaters domestic. So, you know, international, I think it's going to do better, but I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to last.
There's nothing else that comes out. Literally, the only thing that's going to knock it off will be Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, guys. Come on, man. It's not. It's just
you want to see a geriatric adventurer. Well, Jorge said 64 4-day domestic and 54 3-day.
Yeah, so we're looking at.
Yeah, it did less than Black Adam in 3 days. Yeah, I think it's gonna do better because I think it is a better movie.
And I don't know if it's a better movie
than Black Adam.
It doesn't look as cool. Black Adam looked 10 times better.
Black Adam looked cool, but it looked finished.
It looked 10 times better. It did.
Yeah,
but this has one thing that Black Adam doesn't have. The Rock is a half black guy. That's not going to sell overseas.
Oh, annoying kid.
That's not going to sell overseas. Guess what's going to sell overseas? Ezra Miller's look.
Yeah. And then the Flash is just a more well-known character than Black Adam, you know. So, and then Loki said, "Facts, it could make less than Black. It could. I don't think it will. I don't think, but there is a chance, which is crazy. There is a chance.
It came out, and we had other blockbusters to look forward to. I think it could have, you know, been knocked from the ranks, but unfortunately, there's nothing coming out.
Yeah. I wonder. I know Horror Geek. I know you know all the numbers. What are the domestic lookings? How's or international look for Indiana Jones? Because I know a lot of international people like old school American stuff, and Indy is a classic. So I wonder, will they go support it?
That's a good question.
You know, just because like it's old school stuff like that. So I don't know.
I definitely think we're going to get a bigger number internationally than we're going to get
domestically. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but with the cinema score like B, this is going to crater next week.
There's nothing else. Porky, there's literally nothing else to watch. What are you else gonna go watch?
Jennifer Lawrence movie's coming out. It's not going to beat. I don't think it's going to beat The Flash, but I think it's going to take it. It's going to take some money away. Because what do you want to see, Ezra Miller or Jennifer Lawrence?
It doesn't matter. It's The Flash.
Yeah.
It's still,
yeah.
Compared to, it's not even like a Jennifer Lawrence movie. Like it's a good one. She looked at the script, was like, oh man, this might not be a good movie.
How much?
Like,
okay.
like, if you pay me enough, I'll do it. I just had a baby. Why not? But I don't think it. I think unfortunately, this is going to have staying power. I think you lose 50 to 55% of what you made from the first week domestically. I say that they probably almost get similar numbers internationally. So I wouldn't be surprised if we coming back next week and it's saying $150 million internationally. And I'm just gonna let you know, Spider-Verse, I hit it within $1 million of what I said last week. All right, so $150 million internationally, and I think domestically we're talking about 118.
Yeah.
Which you puts it right, what, 270, 280. So that's probably what we're going to be coming back talking about next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Loki said it'll be on Max next week. Probably be super quick, man. A lot of these movies are getting like digital releases like super fast.
Yeah, look at Fast X.
Yeah.
That's because it wasn't making anything domestically.
Yeah, they're like, hurry, get that digital. Or you said it's dead. It's dead. Leave it alone. The Flash doesn't have super strength. He just fast and can phase pretty much. I mean, he can time travel, too. But where we at? He goes, nah, for Black Adam was a little better CGI. It looked better too.
It looked way better. It was a little bit. It was a lot.
Oh yeah, the CG was a huge improvement.
Yeah. Well, I like that. Honestly, they could have just made Batman 3 with Keaton.
It would have made a lot more money.
Oh,
it would have been a lot more money.
It would have been way more.
Now you don't have the Snyder effect, because that's what you guys got to understand. Mm-hmm. This movie got hit with the Snyder effect. I don't even know if the Snyder people, even like the people that support Zack Snyder, know even what they're even boycotting anymore. They're just saying, we're not doing anything that's not attached to Zack Snyder. But this is. This
directly ties into Man of Steel.
He asked Snyder, like you said, should I direct this? Do you give me my blessing? Like, come on, bro.
Well, Michael Shannon. Yeah, Michael Shannon. We got offered this role, and he said it didn't make any sense because he's like, my character died. But he's like, multiverse. He's like, okay. And then he said it felt icky without Snyder's blessing, because it's Snyder's character that he put on screen, so he wanted to get his blessing, and he said he was. But yeah, I mean, this directly had ties to Man of Steel, which is an actual Snyder film. It's not like Aquaman, where it's like kind of a Snyder universe, but not directed by Snyder. But yeah. And there's a meme I saw that which was funny. It was like, DCEU fans on the internet. It's like mobs with like pitchforks and shit. And it's like, and then it's like, in the theaters, it's like an empty theater. So it's like,
that's what all DC is coming out to, man.
Yeah.
What up, Tony?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, Tony?
Yeah.
I think that's just. I mean, unfortunately, that's what's going on, and it's just whatever. I guess I don't understand why they're doing it. It had
oh my God, Alexa, stop!
They want to be part of the show. It's damn
you want to be part of the show, Alexa? Come on in. You need to subscribe though first, Alexa.
Yeah, right. He goes, does this movie have a replay value with not one but two Batmans? Oh, if yeah. But it does have replay value.
I think so, unfortunately.
I think so, once or twice.
What? I don't know if I'll go to the theater again. I'll probably wait until it's streaming to watch it again. But I don't know if I would pay to go spend 2.5 hours in the theater. I'll rather go see Spider-Man again. I'll definitely go see Spider-Man again over this one. If I had to pick between the two. Yeah.
Think about it. Spider-Man beat Transformers, Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
I said, like you.
Yeah. Yeah, but we knew that. I mean, Spider-Man was. I think that's what we said. Like, it's going to be number 2. You know, which is still going to kill it. You know, so if Spider-Man stays in the top 3 for the next couple weeks, it's going to have a great numbers. I think.
Yeah, well, I think we'll end up being number 3 until Mission Impossible comes out. It's going to end up getting the number 3 spot.
Yeah. Look, he said, Zack Snyder rubbing his hands like Birdman right now. No, the way DC looking. No DC movie has opened bigger than his movies. It's like, yes, but it's also Gal Gadot with Wonder Woman, the first one. It's his character that he introduced, but he didn't direct it. Same thing with Aquaman. He introduced that character, but he didn't direct it. And those two are probably the 2 best DCEU movies.
Yeah.
I'll say. You know.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's weird because this is the weekend where for Father's Day, you'll think that people will go see it. It's still the summertime. And that's why, I mean, when you compare Black Adam to this, you can't, because it's one that's like in November, that happened, during people are still we're getting sick again compared to this time where people are going to movie theaters again. So it's going to have more legs than Black Adam. And domestically, as I said, I know everyone looks at The Rock and thinks he's Samoan. His dad's black. it follows suit. It's internationally, Yeah.
Isn't he part Samoan?
Samoan Thor.
Samoan Thor.
So he's his grandfather.
His grandfather.
Fast and Furious 6 reference, by the way.
His dad is
it?
His dad's black.
Yeah.
Super. He's a Canadian black dude with a fro.
Ludacris had him saved in his phone in Fast 6 as Samoan Thor.
I did not know that. That's funny.
Yeah. That's a good one. I didn't realize that. Stupid. But that's a great.
That's so stupid. That's funny though. Yeah. But even like Momoa, like you think like, oh man, this guy's from like the islands and
he's like from like Idaho.
He's from like I think Ohio, and his mom is like just a normal white lady. like that's his mom. I was like what? But and that's why and like what you said, I think Aquaman's gonna do well because people like Momoa. They're gonna go and see him be Dubro Aquaman and have fun with it. I think you
don't have to think about it. It's just entertaining, and that's just what it is.
Well, here, so Tony brought this up, which is kind of funny because I've seen this a lot too. You kind of mentioned it, but it was a little different. So Tony said it's funny seeing all these dumb YouTubers saying it's James Gunn ruining DC when he hasn't done anything yet.
It has nothing to do with James Gunn. Yeah, it's the people.
Yeah, a lot of the and it's fine to have a fan base, and it's fine to be a fan of Snyder. Obviously, be a fan of what you're going to be a fan of, but sometimes you have to listen to reason. Unfortunately, a lot, and this goes for a lot of fan bases, not just the Snyder fans, but a lot of these guys are just straight up rabid whenever things don't go their way. Gunn was just brought on at the beginning of this year, not even 6 months ago at this point, and this movie was filmed almost 2 years ago and was pretty much in the can. They just kept kind of shifting around the release date. And like reshot the ending. That was out of Gunn's hands, So a lot of these guys, be a fan, but a lot of these guys are just straight up rabid.
I think don't be negative, but here's my thing with Gunn. I think I've said this from the beginning for Gunn. Just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Let your movies make your money. I think you announcing this doesn't matter makes people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Why would I go say? Why go see it?" That affects the bottom line. Don't affect the bottom line. That's all I'm saying. But with James Gunn, as far as Zack Snyder stuff, I just people don't even know what they're against. They don't even know why they're boycotting stuff. Like, oh, we're not going to see it because I like Snyder. I want him to do the movie. Why? For what are you arguing about, bro? No one. Just go see the movie because if you like it, you like it. If you don't. Support it because you want to be who you are, not because you're listening to somebody else tell you run that way. Come on, man.
Yeah. Or just stick with your Snyder cut that you nagged your way into getting.
Your 4-hour movie.
I didn't hate it, so I can't say that.
Oh no, I liked it.
I didn't hate it. It was just long as shit. I was like, you could have cut out all that.
I don't mind long movies.
Yeah, it was
4-hour movie.
I watched it in 2 parts. It was at home. Well, it was fine.
Thank God. Yeah. Yeah. But I would say it was James Gunn's fault indirectly, because I think whoever was replaced, and it could have been anybody, whoever replaced the new DC and said they're gonna reboot everything, that was the person to blame. And it just happens to be James Gunn.
Then James Gunn support you. Know what you do? Follow suit. You saw what to do. Kevin Feige says nothing.
Yeah. But it's also a little different.
Come spend money. The more money you spend, the more money I can use to make more movies. How about stop saying stuff? That's the only problem. Yeah. Once he takes over and he does his stuff, if he wants to say something, that's great. But come on, man, just stop.
Yeah. So, but but it's not James Gunn going in there like, oh, this needs to happen and we need to change this and doing that.
No, he's not.
I've seen other people do. He's not doing that.
He's not a dick at all. James Gunn seems like he's fine. I just wish he would get off Twitter
a little bit.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not a problem. I think he's gonna be he's the right person to lead them right now.
I think so.
But DC just has a negative fan base right now. You have to find a way to bring it all together, and that's why I think Superman is the perfect character to bring it all together. I think Blue Beetle might have some problems, just because of what DCU's fractured fan base right now.
Yeah. I think the first couple movies are gonna have some problems, but it has to be important that good movies are gonna come out under the new DCU. But here, let's catch up some of these comments. Loki said Avatar 3 was 3 hours, or Avatar was 3 hours and some change, and I'll go see that movie right now over Flash.
Avatar 1 or 2?
Probably, I'm assuming the 2. Because both of them are over 3 hours, but probably 2. Because either one, they both looked amazing. Flash had classic Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Batman still couldn't make bank, but Zach had to introduce a brand new Batman, plus go against Civil War, and bad reviews still made bank. Yeah,
I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing about Zack Snyder. I'm the fan base. Yeah, so I'm fine with Zack Snyder. Whatever. I don't like Batman vs Superman. I never did. I didn't even like the comic book. It's just so
and it was a weird route to take to try to jumpstart their universe. It was just way too much crammed into one movie, and I kind of feel like it was the wrong route to take, unfortunately. Yeah, because he's doing Frank Miller's rendition of The Dark Knight Returns as a Superman movie, and Brian said he didn't like it. That's one of my favorite comic books. It was great. The animated movie, the part 1, part 2 of The Dark Knight Returns, that was amazing. That was really
amazing.
No, I just never understood. I won't get to it. Batman is one of my favorite things, but the whole Batman's Batman, man. He's not. It's like street level. God level.
We're not getting into it. But
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, when the strongest man in the world, can turn to mush with a shiny rock.
But how about you just don't go near them? Just Homelander will never die. I don't care. Homelander will kick Batman's ass, and I love Batman, and I don't like Homelander.
See, well, that's a whole issue with Homelander is he has no kryptonite, and that's the problem with Homelander. But it's also why it makes him a good bad guy rather than a good, because a good guy with that much power needs to have a kryptonite. A bad guy with that much power doesn't need to have a kryptonite because he can do whatever the F he wants, But
makes me miss the boys.
Oh, I can't wait. Flash numbers kept going down throughout the week. It's not gonna have good legs. Its multiplier was terrible. Man.
No, see, Jorge, you keep on saying that, and I'll keep on reading what you're saying, but my point is, what are you going to go see?
I think we were going to go see other movies. Elemental.
What?
I wouldn't be surprised if Elemental has a good second week.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I saw it, and I'll tell you, it won't have a good second week.
I would, because a lot of people, I assume, probably didn't see it because they saw this movie instead. So you're like, oh, you know what? Let's go see that Pixar movie.
You're not going to go see kids Romeo and Juliet with your 11-year-old son. No, you're not.
Well.
Yeah, you're not. I think Elemental won't have a 50% dip, but it will have a 30%
dip. They all get a big dip.
It'll have a 30% dip, and it just because it only made what worldwide $50 million.
Something like that. Or you said, "Oh, that's better legs than Flash." Book it.
We'll see.
That's interesting.
We'll see here next.
I want to see that.
We have to do by percentage wise because once we get one's at 100.
Well, yeah, because one already had
one is always
a
had
big
much
jump.
bigger. Elementals is not going to make his money back. I promise you that. I saw it. I went to the movie theater and saw it. I want to see it again with my kids. It's not going to make his money back.
Yeah, it was 200 mil, I think, budget.
$200 million. It won't make his money back.
Yeah. Missed that one. Are you going to see Avatar because of the effects or for the story? Because that story of Avatar sucked. Yeah,
The question answers itself.
Exactly.
All these movies are touted as are James Cameron's CGI showcase reels that he spends 15 years working on.
You said plot. What's that?
Yeah, he probably doesn't. He probably doesn't even write the script until like a week before. That's how generic they are.
He's like, what are we gonna have them say? They have to talk.
Like, oh crap! Let me write that down. Let's pull out all these books.
Let me speed run Dances with Wolves. That's good enough for the first one.
He had the Quran, the Bible out, and he had a Marvel movie out. He tried to put all three of those into the story.
Yeah. So he was like ripped out a bunch of pages of everything, put it all together, and like slammed
script.
It. He sweated.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Granted, they're great to look at. They're incredible. I love seeing them on like a huge screen in 3D, but. The storylines are nothing special at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure the same thing is going to be with God. He's making 3 more of these movies. That each got delayed like 3 years each.
Yep.
Or 3 additional years. In addition to
it's going to be another 11 movies. It's going to be another 11 years before something comes out again.
Yeah, he's going to make Sigourney Weaver play a teenage girl, probably well into her 90s, which I just find so amusing.
Zoe Saldana is going to be 52 by the time this stuff comes out.
Yeah, and she was like 27, 28 when they filmed the first movie.
Dude, that is crazy. She's 45 now. By the time we get to like Avatar 4,
legit,
she's going to be 52 years old. Like, whoa.
Yeah. He goes,
really,
I'm going to see Avatar 9.
That's going to be in the year 2130.
Well, he said,
be a lot longer than that.
Yeah, right. Avatar 2 was fire. I don't care. It looked great.
It had no plot.
Yeah. Can't knock it. It would have been interesting if Barry ran into the Mortal Kombat universe. The Injustice universe.
Or just see Liu Kang just sitting there like in the crowd stand and goes up to the next level. I would pay the money for that.
Yeah. I was trying to just kind of go through some of these ones.
Let's hit them all.
Yeah, the Craven. We're gonna watch the Craven for sure. We're gonna watch the Craven.
That's
and the Flash was okay. So there you go. Warner Brothers losing $250 million on this.
So they didn't make any money.
If I think they hit Black Adam numbers, they're gonna lose a shit ton of movie.
I'm pretty sure they.
I think they're gonna come close to just about breaking even. Like honestly,
I think it will break even,
which is a fail.
We knew. I mean, but it had everything against it.
It was the hype. It wasn't even the fans' hype. It was the people like, oh, it's the greatest comic movie.
So production budget is $200 million, and the advertising budget is between $65 to $165 million. So at the most, it's $400 million. It makes $400 million, guys. It's probably going to make $420 million.
I could see getting to about 5. Like legit.
I mean, internationally, we talked about it, but it will break the numbers. It just won't be very profitable. It'll be just enough, and literally, it's because Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and Sasha.
Yeah,
people are loving Sasha.
I might go see it just because of her.
Yeah, who said Brandon Davis is fast forward?
Yeah, exactly. And pause. All right.
Also, real quick, there was an article that she met with Peter Safran, who is the co-CEO, the person in charge with James Gunn, that she met with him to talk about her future as Supergirl, because she wants to keep playing. Obviously, she wants to keep playing. It's her biggest role.
Me too.
I wanted her to keep playing. I think she was really good at it.
Up.
Yeah, she was really good at it. I would love to see her in like that Supergirl movie that James Gunn pitched. I think that'd be really interesting. That I could definitely see her doing that like really well. So, so hopefully we get more of her. And then Loki said, I'm not a Zach fan, but as far as comic book movies, but he had a plan. I get it, though. I can't stand Batman vs. Superman. Superman didn't do nothing in that movie.
Because it's stupid. Because Superman was stupid in that movie.
Yeah.
Just dumb.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, the whole movie was dumb. I thought it was dumb.
It should have been over in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, Batman, I don't like you. Superman, laser beam. This is done. In the movie. Credits.
Unless it's a suit made out of lead.
It don't matter if it's lead.
He can't fuck with lead.
You have to have eyes. You have to breathe. All you need is one soft spot. You only need one soft spot. Like you gonna be walking around like an Iron Man. Like it's just no. You have soft spots all over the place. There's no way. Like whatever. And then if it's lead, heat that mother effer up until you cooked, and then you become a potato. It doesn't make sense.
We say Kevin Costner, Waterworld, Kevin Costner plot for Aquaman or not Aquaman for Avatar. Sorry.
That's definitely happening.
For the next one, if you lean far into one demographic, it does not spell nice things for legs. That's true. That is very true.
Wrong. You're not wrong.
That is very true.
But I think timing has a lot to do with a lot of this stuff, though.
Yeah.
Timing.
I mean, already you're not getting the Snyder fans, so they're already not supporting it. And then you get the people not wanting to see it because of Ezra. So now you get like two groups that are already not supporting it. Yeah.
It won't be that problem internationally, though.
No. Michael Keaton isn't coming back. Nah, he's
70,
done.
what, 2?
Yeah, he's done. This was a nice last hurrah for him, I thought.
Hey, but I'd rather see him as Batman than seeing as Indiana Jones.
Harrison
Ford. I'd rather see him as Batman any day.
Yeah. So horror geek right there, Zane. It's not gonna profit. That's gonna be. We're gonna come back and see.
It depends on where the profit line is. If you say it has to be $600 million to make profit, then probably won't make the profit. If it needs to be $400 million, it probably does make a little bit of a profit.
Well, I see that. Michael Keaton. Hey, Marvel, y'all need me back? Oh hell yeah! He was great as Vulture too.
Really liked him as Vulture.
James does keep actors he likes. That he does.
He does.
Yeah, we're gonna see all the Guardians people in there again. Batman kept blowing Zod face. Who is it? Was that the big dude, right?
Yeah.
I can't think of it. They kept calling him something else.
Yeah, I forgot that character's name.
Yeah. I actually forgot about those other two characters in Man of Steel because it just all you remember is Michael Shannon. Look, laugh. Avatar 2 had 3 different plots, which y'all wanted for us to follow exactly.
That's because they didn't know. They're like prodigal son, what's the deity that's becoming a human or a thing, whatever. And then we're gonna put your mind into. We're gonna do the Avatar 1 also at the same time. We're gonna put your mind into another Avatar before we knew that we needed to do that. All at the same time. Let's throw it all in there, guys. Let's see. Let them decide
which one they like. Yeah. Studios need to stop. Disney studios need to stop making so many $200 million budgets. Yep. Like, why does Wish also have to be $200 million? Yeah, is it?
It's because it's all an advertisement for Disney World. That's why it's an advertisement. It's a huge thing. So it's like it's not even hurting you to advertise for it because it's just going to bring people into the parks and it helps Disney no matter what.
Yeah. That's That's very true.
That's
Because now
just
you introduce a
marketing.
new princess, new story, which means new meet and greets, and now little kids like, I want to meet blah blah blah. So
It's marketing that works. Marketing for Disney can do those type of things because they can put those entities into different parks, and where if it does better overseas, they put it into the Japan or China. You know, they just have parks everywhere. They can do whatever they need. They could put it in France if it needs. You know what I'm saying? Disney doesn't have to follow the same rules that everyone else does.
yeah, and exactly, because Disney Plus was kind of failing, but the park was able to kind of like keep it going because the parks were still making so much of a profit. Same thing with the movie. The studios cannot do so well, but if it does well enough where it gets all the kids, then you're gonna see, like, I already started seeing a bunch of merch at Disney World on their website and stuff like that, for the Elementals. You know, they got the Mickey ears for Elementals shirts, all this stuff. So yeah, it's definitely, like you said, it's promotion to go to the park because that's where the money's at.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is very true. I never thought about that.
They get us coming and going, guys. They take all my money.
That's what Disney does. And Tony said, Sasha can helm me up anytime.
Amen.
No.
I mean, lady. I've been married for a long time, but you know, I think my wife would totally understand. She would like, look,
Supergirl.
1 day pass. That's it.
All pass. There you go. I enjoyed all three. Brandon, let's go with James Cameron.
I never said I didn't enjoy him. I just said the storylines are incredibly generic.
Yeah,
he is. He makes a beautiful movie. Like, James Cameron should have made The Flash. He should have made The Flash.
Well, I think he saw Brandon Davis maybe. He was low key saying he enjoyed all three of the plots.
Oh, all three. You enjoyed them in the Bible too, right?
Yeah, they weren't difficult plots to follow. It was just
not at all.
Let's do all these things. The prodigal son, like that was so evident. I was like, you're just gonna watch. You gonna blow for blow?
Yeah.
The Messiah. You're gonna do that blow for blow?
Yeah, I know, right?
I saw Avatar 2 with my mom and dad. My dad just had the best commentary throughout the movie.
Throughout the movie, that's funny. So Spider-Verse by default will probably be number 2 most profitable film this year, just because of its budget. Yeah, was it like $100 million?
Yeah, it's going to make $400 million over his budget.
Yeah, it's gonna. That's crushing, and it deserves it though. It's such a good movie.
Yeah,
you know,
it's literally the best comic book movie I've seen in years.
Yeah. Disney is a big finesse.
It is. You're like, oh man, they lost money on this. No, they didn't. They just got money from you.
They just moved it somewhere else. Like
they just took your money somewhere else. That's all it was, man. No, don't think they lost money. No, that they did.
Yeah. I didn't want to see Thor: Love and Thunder, but since everything connected, I gotta keep up. But that's the point with the Flash. Exactly where it is leading to Arnold, Mr. Freeze. Yeah, because I think
Freeze. Yeah, because he's supposed to be the bad guy and
the next Batman.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Good laugh. Can you guys see Ezra taking break from acting after this? 100%. He should. He better.
I don't know, man.
He needs to disappear for a little while, and
if someone pays him money, he should. But if someone pays him money, money talks, man. And
I don't know.
He did a good job acting.
I
hate saying it, but he did. I mean,
he did.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Gotta get better. They did that.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but I mean, Miller is anybody gonna take a chance on him? On them? It's because the studio made it like, yeah, Miller's a great actor and they can crush it on the role and whatever. But there's this other stuff going on.
Didn't they just get a restraining order from somebody?
I don't know. I stopped following a lot of the Miller stuff.
Like yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, Miller should take a break.
Surprised me.
Exactly. It's terraforming a planet or anti-aging whale poachers or generic revenge story with Avatar.
Yep.
Yeah. So many $200 to $300 million budget movies this year. That's a lot. Even we were just talking about Indiana Jones.
I mean, even Guardians of the Galaxy, honestly,
Was a big
that
one. Yeah. So even Guardians of the Galaxy 250 budget is probably going to be one of the few success stories for Disney, depending on how the Marvels and Wish do later this year. I'm pretty excited about Marvels.
You don't understand. Disney's not losing money. It's just not.
Yeah. Disney Studios, like the movie side of it might lose money, but overall, it's just going to move it around. Because if the Marvels, no matter what the Marvels is, Disneyland in their Avengers campus, they're going to promote the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Like, especially after the movie. You know, it's like, oh, cool, here's all three of the Marvel women together now. You know, same thing with Wish. You know, Disney World is going to have a bunch of Wish stuff, you know, later.
It's going to have it. That's just what happens, you know. It's going to still make money, coming and going.
Yeah.
And $250 million is nothing for these movie budgets now. Let's be honest. It's a drop in the bucket now.
I mean, do they want to make money on the movie? Sure, but does it matter too much? Unless it's like a Buzz Lightyear.
It depends on how much do you spend on advertising. If you only spend another $100 million on advertising, that's $350 million, and you make $500 million, and then you make more money in the parks, you won.
Yeah,
you're winning.
Yeah, exactly. But cool. You guys want to watch a few trailers and then call it a night?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wanted to ask you about the Blue Beetle. What do you think about? What does this mean for Blue Beetle?
Oh, I mean, I think he's already started the promotion of him saying like this character will matter. You know, he's already started that.
Does that mean people are going to go see the movie?
I don't know. You know, because then that'll change.
Question.
Yeah, because that changes. Like, well, people are saying like, well, it doesn't matter, so why do I care? Well, and he's out here saying, "Is like, well, this is going to matter."
Yeah, but
so now
the Flash had Michael Keaton. This doesn't have Michael Keaton.
No, it's a whole new character.
And that's what I'm saying. Do they follow or do they?
I think it's going to do well enough because I can see the Hispanic market really going out to see this movie. I think it's going to have good legs overall. I don't think it's going to break any opening weekend records or anything like that. But I can see it having good legs. You know, so yeah, because I think like once they figure out, because already Zolo, the main actor, he's already big in the Hispanic community for Cobra Kai. So Cobra Kai does really well in the Hispanic rating. So I can see once that movie starts coming out, because I would say in about a month or so, you're gonna start seeing a lot more promotion with it, because that's the next big DC movie, and I can see it doing pretty good. Just because I think the community
is pretty good for you.
I don't know. I don't know what the budget is on it. I gotta look at the budget.
I don't believe it makes more than 350.
Tony, stop. Tony's on this hate train for it.
I'm not sure it makes more than 350, $400 million. I don't know if it does. I don't.
I don't know.
It's hard. And I'm going to go see it. It'll get all my money.
Yeah.
You know, but I just don't know.
If it's a good movie,
I'm going to see it.
I guess if it's a good movie and it starts getting good critic ratings and fans coming out saying it's a good enough movie, it was fun, I can see it doing a little bit better, maybe 600, you know, which I think might be a win. If it can beat Black Adam, it's a win.
It's projected to be $400 million.
I know, it's right there right now.
So that's why, and you know what's funny? It says it's right on level of Black Adam. That's exactly what it says. Yeah. Like, I don't know, man. August is always a weird month because kids are going back to school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope it gets a ground movement that's really like invigorates everybody, and it does do really well.
Yeah.
Same. I just don't know if it will.
I really do.
I just don't know if it will.
I can see sometime next month the ball gets rolling on Blue Beetle. You're gonna see a lot more like Zolo on it. a lot more James Gunn saying like, oh, he is going to continue with DCU, which brings in like, oh, a movie does matter. So now if it's good, so like hopefully that's what I'm hoping it could get.
Yeah, but people are going to say
rolling.
it's not a DCU movie though. It's just a DCU character.
But that's my whole thing. It's like it's not a DCU movie, but how is it a DCU character? So it's like an origin.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be an origin. It's going to be an origin and then set him to be something special, especially if it does decent money. I pray that it does. If it could do $500 million, it's going to be great for the character.
Yeah.
But when we talk about a B-list character, not one of the big four,
yeah,
it's going to be hard to make the money, and you really need a community to really come after you and go out there for it.
Yeah,
and I sure hope it does, but I'm not sure it will.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that. I saw a lot of the community. George Lopez is going to promote the fuck out of it because he's in it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and he's still very, very big in a lot of the older to middle age, like millennials even. He still is pretty popular with that. The younger Hispanic, community, maybe not so much. But that's why you got the main character, the main actor, going out there like, hey, let's do this. So I don't know, man. It all depends on the marketing and promotion. So I think if they can get the word out that it matters and, like, hey, let's support it. So it could.
I hope it has gigantic international number legs.
I don't know if it's going to, because how international numbers are with minorities. So
I'm hoping that's what I'm hoping in Spanish speaking countries,
Latin America, South America,
Latin America, exactly that pushes it.
Hopefully,
because if it doesn't, we might be in for another disappointment.
Yeah. We got some. So Brandon, he hates this thing. He's like, it looks stupid. It looks garbage. I'm like, stop. It looks good, man. It looks good. I'm
Jeez, why so much hate for Black movie? Holy crap!
Yeah, man. He does not. Ever since day one, we watch a trailer. He's like, it's trash. So props for keeping up the hatred, though, man. You are unrelenting. And I feel like, was it? I mean, I don't know if he meant to say type that, but would be a fun movie. But because it's DC, some people won't give it a chance.
Exactly, and that's the worry, right there. Exactly what Tony said.
Yeah. But I feel like this should have came out after Aquaman, because if this is the beginning of it, unless Momoa is still Aquaman,
I'm telling you, I'm gonna be surprised if all this though, he's Lobo, is all thrown was just a smoke screen. He's still Aquaman. Yeah. Especially if he makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
As I said, I'll tell you the same thing I told you with Flash. Follow the dollar. Yeah. Follow the dollar. Yeah.
But also, a lot of people are mad at Aquaman for Amber Heard. They don't want to see her. So, they might boycott that movie just because of her.
I think Momoa might. His charm. His charm overdoes her terribleness, because no one liked her in the first one.
Yeah. No.
She was terrible in the first one. I mean, she was a terrible person before that time.
Yeah. No one really knew about it yet. But what were you saying, Brandon?
Oh, nothing. We'll see with Aquaman 2. It considering the cold streak that DC's been on, and the constant release date shifts, and the fact that none of this is really going to matter anyway. I'm kind of on the fence whether or not the charm of Momoa would even be enough to save it, but we'll see in a few months.
I don't think it's making a bill.
Yeah,
man, it would shock the hell out of me if it did.
Yeah. Loki said,
they're saying that the test screenings haven't been the greatest, so
they rewrote it. They went back and rewrote
either.
Yeah, they did a bunch of changes to it, so. Yeah, Amber Heard might not even be in it anymore. I don't know. But Loki said, if Flash couldn't do it with Batman, Beetle is not going unless it could get the movement like Black Panther, which I don't see. Yeah. I do see it. It needs to get promoted more.
It doesn't get Black Panther type of thing because
No. Well, Marvel promoted the shit out of that movie. And
but
they
you also
made sure
did.
they did.
You did the greatest black character of all time. Like that's what you also did. Like I would say the same thing with Static Shock. You're not going to get Black Panther type of movement. You know, you're not doing the greatest, the most.
You might.
Also, I don't think you get it from Static Shock. You're not going to get Black Panther type of movement.
You know,
Black Panther was just different
because you already got so many Black Panther fans upset with the whole T'Challa thing. So, you know, like, oh, here's another original black character. You know,
I don't think that's not.
It's not going to be on the same level. I mean, that's
Black
a whole
Panther,
other level. I know what you mean, but
because the king, the entire world that you're putting out there, all Wakanda. I think all that contributed to that. You need to do that with a character that's why. That's why I thought that that they should have did that with Wakanda. That's what we should have got. You know,
yeah. With it,
so we have an entire world that matters and that's been around for forever. That really engages a community and really gets them behind a movie, and that's what you really want. Yeah,
but also like Black Panther was always going to be on a different level because of the age of it. You know, it came out in what, the 60s. You know, so and it's built an audience in the 60s. So there's people, you know, that are like grandparents at this point that love that movie.
Oh my God, what the hell is Alexa? Disconnect.
That's funny. That's funny.
Just trying to be part of the show. Geez.
Yeah, let me be on. But I can see like a community movement behind it, and I already seen a lot of it online. You know, between Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So, yeah, you know, like is it the same level as Black Panther? No, you know, but I think that's what they're gonna hope for. The only thing I know is Blue Beetle is the only DC film left this year that has my positive buzz from insiders. No clue how well it will do. Yeah, I heard good stuff so far. Like all the early things, you know, I heard a lot of good stuff. So it looks to me, it looks good. I think he looks cool in the suit. All the pictures they've taken, you know, the leaks. So. So you had that, and then he goes, mark my words about Blue Beetle, y'all gonna come back August 21st and say, Brandon, we should listen to you.
I sure hope I don't say that.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against what you're saying, me. I hope that it's a good movie. I really do. Yeah,
and I really want to see like an actual Latino character, you know, do well, because like you have Namor, but he's not. You know, he was
so good.
He was so good, but he's not an actual.
They made him
like Latino. Yeah, it's like a race swap kind of thing, you know. You know, and then I don't even want to get into. He's got allegations now too. So
yeah.
Jeez. But yeah, I don't expect it to do well though. I hope it just needs to be better than Black Adam. That's all it needs. 500.
I don't know if it has to make more money than Black Adam. But Black Adam was not a bad movie. That's what we have to kind of remember. It wasn't a bad movie. It's just
it was okay.
It was fine.
Okay. Yeah, it was okay.
It just wasn't bad. It
wasn't bad,
right.
But I think I only seen it once. Yeah,
I've seen it twice now. It was fine.
Yeah. It looks good so far. Blue. I hope we get a static though. Well, the rumor is we are. That's the rumor. He said he's not done announcing all chapter 1. I think he called it or whatever. Yeah. He said there's going to be a static.
James Gunn heard the hate and it was like, oh, you're right. I should do that.
Yeah. I just don't get why he did like just like, oh, here's all the characters and they're all white. You know? Yeah. It's like dude, like
knows that he was like
something in there.
Oh, maybe I should put a little color into that. That's right.
Yeah. So Blue Beetle just looks bad. I don't think it does, man. I think it looks good.
That bad.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. I fully expect DC to lean into Batman even more if things fails. And
I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm worried about this. I've been saying this from the beginning. I was worried about this, but
what
about them not having any success? It doesn't matter if it's James Gunn. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just the negative split of their fan base.
Mm.
That's
Which if the Snyder fans ruin DC, I'm gonna be super fucking pissed, like super pissed, because I was like, so because of you, we get nothing. We don't get Snyder, we don't get anything, we don't get nothing now because you want to be little shit faces, you know.
You never had a friend that just took the ball and went home.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to give me what I want? Take my ball, I'm going home.
Yeah, those people suck. They sucked as kids and now they suck as adults. Miles Morales.
Yeah.
He's half.
He's Afro Latino, and that's such a Brooklyn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there is the argument of like he's not his own character, he's a rendition of Spider-Man. Yeah, granted, he's probably one of my favorite Spider-Man.
Oh, but he's a good one.
Yeah. He is.
He's a great
there's that argument behind it. But yeah.
I don't agree with you, Chill. I agree with a lot of stuff he says, not that one.
Yeah. If someone Hayek shows up in Blue Beetle, it makes it.
It make a bill just from 38 to 50-year-old men going to see it 55 times a week. Hey, I gotta go back to the movie theater. What you gonna go see? Huh? That Blue Beetle.
That Blue Beetle. Like, I don't even get to it. Oh yeah, but yeah, I know. Is that Tony? Yes, Black Adam was bad.
I didn't necessarily think it was bad. It was entertaining. It just like a lot of things. Unfortunately, it just didn't reach its true potential.
It could have been good, and that makes it worse.
Yeah. If they really kind of leaned into the anti-heroic aspect of Black Adam, it could have been really cool and fresh. But it was just they just kind of made it a generic hero story. It definitely wasn't without its entertaining parts. I loved Hawkman and Dr. Fate.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't deliver on like the anti-hero aspect that The Rock was kind of promising, which was kind of disappointing. It was like we've said many times, and like it was said in the like during the marketing, it was his bid to essentially take over the universe, which fell flat, and then James Gunn took over. That sort of thing. It was like a lot of things. It just didn't make the most of its premise, or its potential premise.
Yeah, and that was a perfect opportunity. It's like, here you go, Snyder fans. This is your chance to get as close as possible to keep the Snyderverse. And they're like, nope, like it's not what I wanted. So like, well, there you go. You lost your last chance because he was going to keep pretty much all the Snyderverse. They're just going to kind of keep it going. Yeah. If he became the dude in charge.
Yeah, it could have been without like getting too much on a tirade, The Rock, unfortunately, much as I like him, I don't think he was really that focused on like salvaging or restoring quality to the DC universe so much as he was just more interested in making it all about himself, or making himself the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which was Black Adam would have been a weird character to make the face of the DC.
Hey guys, I got an idea. Let's do a guy who didn't have his own comic book until we make this movie, the leader of the DCU.
Yeah,
that doesn't work out.
Yeah, he's a C-list character at best. Yeah.
Well, not even he's a C-list villain of a C-list character.
Yeah,
so it's like he's like. Yeah. I don't know what he was thinking, and especially not to have when we get into the Kraven thing, that's the issue Sony's having right now. It's like you're having the bad guys without the opposite. Like you can't have a movie with a bad guy; it's without the good guy. You can't have Black Adam without Shazam.
If I don't get Venom and Spider-Man in one of these damn movies, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You can't have Venom without Spider-Man. Morbius, you could have maybe got away with a little bit more because it's a little bit more. But yeah, I mean that one just turned to shit. Like what was that?
Hey guys, I have to take this phone call. I'll be right back.
What?
All right, sounds good.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Let's bring him down. So So when he comes back, we'll start our trailers.
Let's go through this. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a question: did Conan O'Brien's superhero character ever make it into a cartoon movie? I feel like I saw him in a DC cartoon. I don't know.
A 6'8" redhead, short hair. I can see that.
Did you ever see his when he was at Comic-Con and he got turned superhero?
Yeah.
It was funny. Well, I don't know about that. I would have to check. Tony said in Black Adam, rock like a 90s cartoon, 90s action figure. They couldn't turn his head. It's exactly like he like squeezes his arms and his arms would go like this. Or squeeze his legs and his arms just flex up.
Oh man, you're too funny.
He did look like an action figure. I agree. Black Adam had its moments, but barely okay in my opinion. Yeah, exactly the same. Barely okay.
It was fine.
Yeah. And
that's why it has no rewatch value. It wasn't going to have legs or it wasn't any of that stuff. Just, it was there.
Yeah. I mean, if your two best characters are side characters, then you got a problem. So, curious to see how live action Avatar and One Piece would do on Netflix, which I want to get into both.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking about a bunch of other random stuff, which is fine. Yeah, because we're hopefully, what time is it? 2:14. Hopefully we can get into the Craven for sure and the One Piece trailer. I want to get into, and then hopefully we'll end it with Avatar stuff. Because they released a bunch of pictures of Avatar, The Last Airbender, live action stuff. A teaser trailer that really didn't tease anything. It just showed the logos. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I was like,
we're not M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, exactly. Not that version. Yeah, but usually anime does not do well in live action because anime is so over the top. It's anime, it's so over the top. It's so silly. It has its own look and feel, and it's hard to redo in live action.
Yeah, I don't know how One Piece is gonna go.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I don't know. I
have my concerns. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, big time. It was a spoof thing on his show. Yeah, the flaming sea. Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Just looked it up and he had the DC characters with him in the spoof. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I just know he did the Comic-Con thing, which it was a cool suit. I'll give him that. That was a super cool suit. But I love the One Piece manga. I mean, One Piece is just it's like the new version of Dragon Ball. It's like hundreds and there's over 1,000 episodes or something stupid. So, which that alone is like, how are you gonna do a Netflix thing?
Did you see Brandon around?
Yeah, yeah. None of you guys can't see him, but
oh my gosh, this dude.
Then Sony tripping. It's like having a burrito full of ranch and nothing else. Oh man. Oh, that's like the burrito full of ranch.
That's exactly what you say. Sony's like a burrito full of ranch, nothing else in it. That's exactly it. You're so funny. Oh my god.
Like, where's the meat? That's extra. That Teenage Kraken looks cool. It looks cute.
Yeah,
it looks cute.
I like it. Gonna fight mermaids. Yeah. I'm all for it.
It should have came out like the week after Little Mermaid, though. Like it should have came out right after. It was like, oh hey, Ariel. Well, real life, our version, mermaids are assholes.
Yeah, you think Marvel's gonna allow?
Marvel, especially
gonna allow that. Disney's never gonna allow that. Disney will burn the entire film. It'll never come back. It'll never make it.
But what were you say, Brandon?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying it looks pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it looks cute.
Especially with them like essentially making the Ariel looking character the villain.
Yeah. The only thing that would be better if they like make like if they do like the race swap version of Ariel. So it's like here's Ariel and then here's another redhead little black girl or mermaid.
She's the only good one.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're right. Then that's 100% poking. But I can see them poking fun at Disney already. They're doing the first big arcs for the Netflix show for One Piece. Yeah. I don't know how. One, I don't know how the anime fans are going to take it, because the anime fans didn't like Cowboy Bebop. Although I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
I thought it was fine.
You know, but
It's not like it was Death Note.
Oh God, that just hurts. That hurts so bad.
At least Bebop like somewhat respected the source material.
Yeah. One Piece is gonna be interesting. Because again, it's over the top, it's silly. There's a lot of goofiness to it, and especially as a normie watching One Piece, I don't even know what they would think. They're like, "Why is this guy stretchy? Why is there a clown? what is going on?" Like a normie, I don't know if they would watch it. And if it's on Netflix, you need to get the normies. You need to get the people who don't know anything about anime.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be hard.
It's the only way it's gonna be profitable.
Yeah, and then you still got to make the anime fans happy, because that's your audience. That's your actual audience. So.
All right, let's get through these three so we can get to Craven.
Yeah, Ruby Gilman is tracking terribly right now. Which one's that one? Yeah, and I'm just curious to see how they do the characters like Boogie the Clown and Yeah, I think I saw Boogie. I think he's in the trailer. I only seen that once really quick. Let you know, because I know nothing about One Piece. But yeah, if you know nothing about it, so you won't.
Well, you still see if you're interested in seeing it.
Yeah. Here, I got to pee real quick, and then we'll get it ready. I got it all loaded up. It's ready to go, but I really got to pee. So I'll be back.
Sure. I don't believe it. Hey, Tank, you should tell Tank he needs to have a bucket. That's all he needs. He has a bucket there. How you gonna do a 12-hour stream? We can't get through 3 hours, guys. Come on. 12-hour stream. What do you feel about the Craven one? Have you seen any of it yet?
I did see the Craven trailer. I don't know. Looks okay.
I agree exactly what Tony said. It's like, stop giving me these burritos with ranch sauce as the filling. Stop.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they keep doing these Spider-Man villain solo movies without Spider-Man. It's kind of like, Sony, what are you doing?
Am I wrong to be more interested in Madam Web than I am for Craven?
Yeah, and I keep forgetting all about the Madam Web movie. I had completely forgotten all about that. And it's a shame, because I do like Aaron Taylor Johnson as an actor. He's a good actor. I think he's versatile. I think he's underrated. I hope this doesn't waste his talent. Surprised they didn't give him a Russian accent, because he more or less did one in Age of Ultron.
That's true. But I'm not interested in it. I don't know.
No, I'm really not. It looks like do you remember this really obscure show? This was way before our time, but they used to play reruns of it on Sci-Fi Channel. Do you remember Manimal?
No.
Oh, it's like a highly cult show. I think it only lasted like a season, and I don't even think it lasted in a whole season. But it came on like in the early '80s, and it was about like this billionaire tycoon who, through like some kind of magic or dark magic, he got like this ability where he could like transform into different animals at will. That was, yeah, essentially Beast Boy.
Okay.
Animorphs.
No, I was saying with the Craven trailer, I was telling Brian it reminded me of this show, and this was like before this show came on, before like any of our times, but they would play it on. They used to play reruns on Sci-Fi Channel from time to time of like the one half season that it lasted. Do you remember this show called Manimal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like that's 6 episodes. I'm looking at
the Craven trailer. Yeah, the Craven trailer kind of gave me Manimal vibes to an extent.
Manimal, oh my God. Yeah,
Yeah.
He ate the gum fruit. Oh, why? With the.
Said Craven just looked like a typical action film. Okay.
Yeah.
The Madam Web seems kind of different. So, but she's still a side character of Spider-Man. So, like, why have a whole Madam Web without having Spider-Man? Like, why have all these villains without having Spider-Man? I just don't understand how you have Spider-Man, side characters having their own movies.
Yeah.
Berger said the creator Oda did a show because he believe in it. The series by Last Chance to break into that audience. So,
yeah.
One Piece looks all right. Might check it out. So, you guys stretching his arm. Yeah.
You ever watch One Piece?
Why not? Devil fruits give you powers in exchange for not being able to swim.
Yeah. He ate the gum fruit. Yeah.
All right. Let's do this stuff, guys.
Yeah. One Piece is cool, but it's an anime. So, all right, let's watch these trailers, man. Then we'll get into it. Exactly. All right, what is up? Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kareem with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to check out the brand newly released official Red Band trailer of Kraven the Hunter, the Spider-Man villain that Sony's doing another Spider-Man villain movie of. But let's check it out, and then we'll talk about it. We do our new format up here. There we go. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Yep.
They're doing the thing.
Let's show the goddamn trailer.
My son, never show mercy. They are prey. We are predators. Boys, your mother is dead. She died because you sent her away. She was weak, sick in her mind. You know my business, yes? Power is about strength. If you show weakness, you will give our enemies an opening. Shoot. He is weak, like his mother. Leave him.
What happened that day?
I stared death in the face, and for the first time, I saw my true self. Tell me about this hunter.
They say he uses a connection with animals to track his prey. And once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
The six of us, and only one of you.
There's 6 of you now.
Why do you hunt?
My father puts evil into the world. I take it out.
I think you have some kind of honor. You are exactly like our father. Just another man hunting for a trophy.
We're murderers. Isn't that what he taught us?
You don't get to do that to me anymore.
Mr. Taglin. Mr. Taglin? Where's Mr. Taglin?
Oh, you're standing in him.
You're a goddamn lunatic.
Oh, you just figured that out now?
There is an animal in each one of us.
Don't you want to know why they call me the Rhino?
All right. It's coming out in October. The picture looks cool.
Yeah, definitely looks very Kraven in the poster.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You know, like on surface level, it looks entertaining, but just Sony making these movies about Spider-Man villains and just kind of seemingly going out of their way to distance themselves from Spider-Man is just really, I don't like it. As an action film, it looks fine. You know, as a comic book, Craven Hunter film, it looks kind of it's kind of reminding me of like the marketing for Venom, or even like we were talking about Morbius or Black Adam, where they really, really want you to believe that this is an anti-hero or a villain. They even mention the word villain in this, where it kind of looks like he's just kind of doing more heroic things and just taking out bad guys rather than doing anything terribly, terribly questionable. Which sucks if that is the case, rather than just kind of pulling the trigger and making these full-on villains or anti-hero.
Exactly. What do you think, Brian?
It's not dark enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's plain and simple. They it's like they tip you toe to the line. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna pass that. Like, then you're not doing that. It doesn't make any sense. You need to go full on dark. You need to go full go, and they're not. So until they do that, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, this movie I think would be better received if it wasn't a comic book movie. If it wasn't connected to Spider-Man. If they just call this like Lion Man or Man of the Jungle or I don't fucking know, something else. If there's a whole nother just brand new movie, I think it would be better.
of the Jungle. This time it's real.
This time it's business. But going from the mob thing to him getting the powers, like the powers is not the problem. Like they're changing it from the comic book, because I think in the comic book unless they rechanged it again, but the one I remember is him drinking like a certain like mixture of herbs and potions and elixirs and shit, and getting these superhuman strengths. Here it's like
lion blood.
He got bit by a lion. Peter Parker gets bit by a spider. He gets bit by a lion.
That's so stupid. Yeah, that is true though. The vampire bit the vampire guy, then Venom. But yeah, that's jeez, if that's the way they're going. Was Doc Ock is going to be bit by an octopus?
Bit by an octopus that doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah, so like you said, it looks good for an action film. It doesn't look good for a Spider-Man one.
Horror Geek is hilarious. I saw someone talking White Panther.
There you go. They finally got it.
Oh,
they've been saying it for years. This is that.
White Panther. Wow.
That is funny.
Not to mention one of the first posters for Black Panther did have him sitting on a throne just like that.
Just like that. That's funny. Yeah, but I don't think it looks bad.
Oh, it looks fine.
It doesn't look like a Spider-Man spin-off movie.
I don't trust Sony unless it's a cartoon.
Yeah, right.
If you do it animated, I'm all for it. Until I see live action, I'm like, yeah. I'll let Brand Man go see it first, and then I'll see it after that.
But we even talked about this earlier with something else. It's like you can't have a side character without the main character. Like, especially you can't have a villain without the good guy, because you need to have that counterpart. Right now, he's an anti-hero, to his father, which I've seen it before. This is just different with jungle powers. So I don't know. Even somebody on Facebook in one of the groups, put it on like, saying like, hey, Sony is just saying like, oh, hey, here's another Spider-Man villain that is not really a villain, and it has nothing to do with Spider-Man right now. So and then somebody's like, oh, but he has been an anti-hero in the comics. I'm like, yeah, at times, but the best version of these villains are when they are villains to Spider-Man.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. But let's go through some of these comments real quick. Tony said, Sony's obsessed with glowing eyes. You're not
They
wrong.
are, aren't they?
with the eyes all dilating and changing and shit.
Hey, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like this is a mob film. That's what it feels like in the start. Yeah. This looks Brandon Davis. This looks amazing, but what happened to the Liv Schreiber? I wonder if you're confusing with Sabretooth, because Sabretooth is a different way where Liv Schreiber plays Sabretooth, which is a different character. So, but kind of the same, but a little different. That looks super dope. I'm definitely on that. So he likes that one. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson, but this looks fine to me. I hope it's good. I always hope comic book movies do well. I always do, but I usually get disappointed with Sony.
Did anyone else find it funny that he's running fast and he was Quicksilver in DC in Marvel? I thought that was hilarious to me.
That's funny. What do you say, Brandon?
Yeah, it looks all right. It looks, it looks kind of unimpressive. Like, it looks like it could be entertaining, but nothing really kind of stood out or kind of like blew me out of the water with the trailer, or made me go like, "Oh, I'm going to see that opening night."
Yeah.
Some of the shots kind of make it look like a Sci-Fi Channel movie.
Well, here it kind of goes with what Tony said. So the cover of the film looks like something I would pass on Tubi. It's true. Yeah, because it's all like CGI'd and like painted, or I don't know. I don't know why they didn't get an actual photo, and then you could CGI his abs and shit if you wanted to. But I don't know. And then we got Markland.
Yeah.
Just tune in and agree. I don't trust Sony on those side villains.
Exactly.
Nah, they don't know. You can't do a side villain without the main hero. That's the whole point of being a side villain. It's like, you're just one of the many villains to the main character, which is the hero, and you don't have it.
Literally got a movie because you're a villain of the week.
Exactly. And then also go check out Markland on House of Nerds show. I was like, what? Sorry, I have a brain fart. Check him out over there.
I was literally the only one. I was watching this past week. Elle was doing it. I was like, I felt like I was the only one watching. They're so interested in everything, but I love all of their stuff. Literally, I keep my good stuff right here because those are the ones I watch. I read all the time.
All the good ones. I still got this one right there. They got their cover. It's House of Nerds show. Go check them out.
Hey, Elle said she just got her Blam cover. I was like, so like for 2 months, you just opened it in the mail.
You're at the bottom of the list though. Fans come first, right? So go check them out. They do awesome comic book stuff. And speaking of comic book characters, they know that very well. No way, I'm thinking about Sabretooth. Yes, you're thinking about Sabretooth. Sony is full of themselves due to Spider-Verse across the Spider-Verse. Yeah. They're like, hey, we did that really well. I was like, nah, you didn't do it.
You just didn't get in the way.
Yeah, you didn't get in the way. Exactly. Because after Into the Spider-Verse, they were like, yeah, go do your little cartoon. We're dealing with Venom over here, the real deal. And then Into the Spider-Verse came out, and you're like, wait, what? What happened? No one liked Venom, and this cartoon did well? Yeah.
It is interesting that the Craven is rated R.
Is it rated R?
It is rated R.
Yeah, this was the Red Band trailer, right? Or they
the Red
did
Band trailer.
Band trailer.
That's true. Yeah, that's interesting. It's probably gonna be just because of violence.
Probably he's gonna rip people's
freaking
throat out with his teeth. Yeah.
He did it in the freaking trailer. I was like, Jesus. That scene alone is probably what makes the trailer Red Band. But yeah, it's. Sony give me was that Meows Morales on the big screen. Is that a variant or something like that? That's funny. Where does Sony stuff stream? So little note is Sony is probably the smartest out of all the studios. They do not have their own streaming service. They're like, why am I gonna make my own service for my own content when I can sell you my content. So Sony doesn't have their own service. They literally sell their content out to other streaming services, which is pretty cool. You know, so it's like, hey, all these other places need the content. Guess who got the content? Us. So, you know, they sell it to those, which is kind of cool.
Wow. That's the cat version of Miles for Peter Porker's world.
That's hilarious.
That is so awesome. I want that now.
his uncle is heroin the growler. That's funny. But yeah, man, I'll probably check it out for sure. It looks good. I just don't see, you can't make all these villains into anti-heroes that are kind of good guys, and then when you finally want to do a Spider-Man movie, who's the bad villain?
Yeah.
You know, why is Kraven the bad guy? Why is Venom the bad guy? Why is Morbius the bad guy? You know, like you got why Vulture, you know, was the bad guy. You get that stuff. So
what if they do something different and they make Peter Parker into the bad guy, and these guys were actually the good guys trying to stop Peter Parker?
Bro, I think people will lose their damn minds. I think people will riot.
They'll burn down studio.
Oh man, yeah. But also something I had was thinking about was this comes out in October.
Yep.
There is another version of Kraven that also comes out in October in the Spider-Man 2 video game.
There is.
He looks so much better. And you only see a little bit of him. He looks so much better. And he has the Russian accent. This one doesn't have it, but yet his dad has it. I don't know. You could say, I guess he's not born in Russia. He's born in, or whatever European country. But it's going to be curious because this comes out like literally 2 weeks before Spider-Man 2, the video game, comes out, which is going to have Venom and it's going to have Kraven, which Sony has done both already. And I think a video game is going to destroy all the shit that's happening in Sony. The video game is like, that's how you do it right.
How mad are you guys? Because you think about that Venom's going to have Carnage in it, you know, and still not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I just think about it. Let them be Carnage. Like, dude.
He doesn't have his real suit yet. You know, he's all veiny and looks wet. So I don't know why he looks wet. You know, just looks slimy. So I don't know, man. Props to Tom Hardy for the only person in that thing that actually cares about the damn project. You know, but yeah. He's the cat in that wears the Instant Spider-Verse hoodie suit. Oh, really? I gotta look this up now. I'm gonna look this up. But man, the whole Animal Farm variant world is pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know. There's Kraven. We seem very, I don't know, underwhelmed, I guess.
Yeah, it looks fine, but it's just it's supposed to be something else, and you're not doing it, not delivering what you're supposed to be on.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like this hunter, and here he's more of a
killer, or he's like a
like protecting the animals, like a I think of the damn word.
Conservation.
Conservationist. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. It feels off, like you said. It feels off. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that there. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think about Kraven. And if you want to be part of the show, like all those guys that brought up are part of the show with the Kraven trailer, make sure you hit that the subscribe button and join us every Monday and Thursday live. And you too could be part of the show. And we're also at 1,000. We're coming close. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're going to do our big giveaways. So you don't want to miss out on that. But appreciate everyone. If you're watching live, we're going to watch something else. If you're watching replay, appreciate you guys. But we are going to move on to our next topic.
Thanks, guys.
My bad, I cut you off.
That's cool.
Bring up the other one. The other one is, what else did I have? The One Piece trailer.
One Piece, which I haven't watched.
Let's hurry to do it because I'm tired.
Yeah.
Miles Morales. What the hell?
I know. I like that. I'm gonna look that up. All right, let's watch this
cute.
one. We'll call it.
It's
Is
cute.
it? You see it?
Yeah. Wow.
I have not. Let's check it out then.
Meow.
Before you go to sleep.
Yeah. Let's watch this. And it's already gonna be midnight. Jesus. All right, let's watch it and call it a night. All right, welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we're gonna watch the brand new teaser trailer for One Piece coming on Netflix. So let's watch it, check it out, and then see what you guys think. All right.
Ever since I was a kid, the sea's been calling. So, I'm setting out to follow my dreams. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. All I need is a loyal crew. And I think together we'd make a pretty good team. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands and bigger pirates. Careful with that.
That'll work for you. I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not the crew.
We haven't sailed together for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs. All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
Oh damn, August? That's pretty around the corner.
Yeah.
All right. What you guys think?
Looks cheesy and whimsical like One Piece should.
I thought that it should have been a lot better. And I was like, wow, this is really, really cheesy. Are you going to ruin another thing, with 1,000 books and 1,000? Are you going to ruin it again, like another thing? But I don't know. That's not. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge One Piece watcher. I've watched, a couple episodes. It seems to kind of capture certain elements of it, I guess. The look and the vibe is kind of what I expected. It kind of feels similar to Cowboy Bebop in that sense, because that kind of had kind of like a cheesy, almost kind of out there vibe to it, and I kind of expected some of the same in this case. It looks harmless, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just curious if the diehard fans of One Piece are gonna like it.
They won't.
I don't think they will. It looks too cheesy and too try hard.
It doesn't have enough respect for its source material, and I think that's always going to be a dangerous thing to do when you have someone who cares about it. When you have such a big body of work, the following is going to be huge.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And I myself was never invested enough in One Piece to kind of be bothered by it, really whichever way they go with it.
I just started watching it, which everyone told me don't start watching it because you're in for a long, very long ride. But I mean, everyone I know who's watched the cartoon just are watching it nonstop. Like they're stuck in it, but I don't know if it's going to translate, and maybe it's not like respecting the source material, but if you do try to do a 1-for-1 reenactment of an anime, then it's too much too. You got to find a good balance with changing stuff and keeping original stuff. So I don't know. That's why I thought Cowboy Bebop did a pretty good job with it, but and people didn't like it, and I was kind of shocked with it. So, but I don't know. Let's see what some of you guys are saying about it. The anime hair will take some time to get used to, but it looks fine. Okay. Or I expect worse than when I heard about it. I expect it really, really bad. It looks nice. It looks pretty well done. So looks like a cute little fantasy world to get lost in for sure.
Yeah, it looks fun and harmless.
Yeah,
like I said, whimsical is the word that came to mind when I first saw the trailer.
Yeah. And then when Mark Lynn said, yeah, cheesy and whimsical is a good description. That actually is probably like the best way to put it. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about it, so to me it looks fun and whimsical. There you go. I need to see how Buggy the Clown's body separation powers looks here. That's the thing, man. These powers, like the was it, what do you call it, the gum pistol where you stretch the arm, that looked weird.
That looks bad. It didn't look good at all.
Yeah, argue that it's being too faithful. Yeah, exactly. I think that might be an issue. If it's too faithful, you cannot one-for-one recreate an anime. Can't. You're gonna fail.
It better make sense, because if it doesn't make sense, it's never going to get the following.
Yeah. Do y'all think it'll last longer than one season? I don't know. It's hard to tell right now.
I would lean towards yes, but like that second season might be a total change to make it make sense for people that actually like it.
Yeah, I really don't know, because they see these animes, because One Piece is on Netflix and they see the numbers the anime does on their app, so they're like, well, let's make a live action, and then it doesn't translate. Same thing with Death Note. Death Note was streaming on Netflix for a while, and the show was great. They're like, well, let's do a live action, and they just
so bad.
It was so bad. It made no sense, and the whole thing was just like, oh god. Yeah, I'm going to unwatch it if I could.
Yeah, they went out of their way to be as disrespectful as possible.
Seriously. Ryuk looked cool, and you had, what's his name, playing him, the voice.
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, which was great. That was the only saving factor in that.
Yeah.
The whole thing was him. It needs to be different to translate well. Yeah, I think it does. It needs to be less cartoony, if that makes sense.
It has to fall. It has to step away from anime.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, or you give it a different story. Allow it to be able to breathe enough to let us tell a different type of story.
Yeah, a perfect example is The Boys. The Boys, it's enough to make the comic book fans happy, but different enough to make everybody happy. Because it is different from the comic, but it still has a lot of elements and parts and beats of the comics. It's just not a one-for-one creation. So, we'll see. I know the show is apparently like a 10 to 20 million episodes. Holy shit, that's so much money for Netflix, especially for Netflix. Jeez. Is that I know Oda was heavily involved in the show, which is good.
Well, it might not be do well here. It could do well overseas, which might make it worth it.
Yeah, and then you might get pulled from the American Netflix and just left in the like Asian and European Netflix.
Exactly.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope it does well. I'm gonna watch it for sure, and see what it does. But I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of indifferent right now. So I gotta talk to some One Piece fans. I know Martin, who's part of the Nerd Huddle family with us here. I think he's a One Piece fan. I think he said he was. My sister and her boyfriend like seen every single episode, so I want to see what they think about it too. I want to talk to some anime fans of the show and see what they think, which I'll be kind of curious. Let me see. Oda only did this show so he can finally capture the American audience. Hopefully, because if he does, if this season does well, I can see the manga doing really better. The cartoon on Netflix doing better. So we'll see. I hope so. Like I said, I hope so. I like anime and stuff like this can make anime more mainstream. So, but I don't know. But if you've seen One Piece, if you watched it before, let us know what you think about this trailer. If you've never seen it, let us know too. I'm kind of curious about both sides of the both opinions, of the diehard fans and the newbies. But leave a comment. Let us know what you think. With this one, we'll probably watch it when it comes out and talk about it. Try to get perp minded and some other anime fans on here and do a season 1 review. But leave a comment, let us know. If you are watching on replay, appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000, so you don't want to miss that because we're gonna do some good stuff at 1,000. And also, if you want to be part of the show, like Horror Geek, Brandon, and Marklin was, then make sure you join us live every Monday and Thursday, and you too can be part of the show with us, the Supporter Kings. But we appreciate everybody in chat, everyone rewatching. But we are going to move on to our next topic for the night. All right, no more topics.
Yeah, done. Here's my last topic right here.
I like that.
That is awesome.
I like Meows Morales. I love it.
That is awesome. I kind of want a Funko of that now.
That looks so cool.
I would like to sleep.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Appreciate all you guys in chat. It is late for us. It is really late for us. But cool. Thank you guys. Everyone hanging out with us. Appreciate all the great conversation. All the people checking out. Check out House of Nerd Show. Check out Cold Lords. Check out Horror Geek. Check out everybody. I don't know who, if I missed anybody else. Loki Cave. Check them out. But appreciate everyone in chat hanging out. We are out. Appreciate all you guys. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Later.
See you guys.
See you, fellas.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.